Hello, 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 ATL Sports Falcons fans. This is your host T Will coming to you live after victory. Our boys won 38-20, and I'm not going to say it looked like we were whipped the first half, but we definitely turned it up in the second half. So just went live just so we could talk about our beloved Falcons and what they did and what this means going forward and where we are. So we know Tampa Bay won, New Orleans lost. That means they are 2 games behind us now, effectively, almost 3 games, I believe, because we beat them head to head. So it's a good day all around for our beloved Atlanta Falcons. It's a profitable day. Um, it's just an all around good day. They won 38-20. Today it looks like they did it with the run game. The passing yards, or you're not going to be able to throw it 500 yards, on everybody. So it looks like Kirk threw for 225. I think he might have thrown for 3 touchdowns, maybe 4. I think he or no. Well, he drove us down the field. I think he might have thrown for 2 touchdowns, but either way, 225, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Um, Kirk did well. Offense did well. We ran it for 200 yards. So I think Algier ran it for 100, and Bijan run it for 95, and Kirk might have run it for, I don't know. But either way, we ended up with 200 and something yards rushing the ball. So we did well. I mean, all in all, it was a good day. It was a profitable day. You could argue it could have been 45-20. We did get 2 interceptions, so that's good. I think it was smart of Clark Phillips to just go down there. I mean, he could have ran it in the end zone, but you're up 38-20. Why do that? Why even give him back the ball? Why even take a chance? So, great job for our boys, and just excited to see what this means going forward. So, I think the standings, and I'll actually look them up, but I think it's Atlanta, Tampa Bay, New Orleans, and then Carolina, I think. But our Falcons did really well. Um, it was a great game. First half, yeah, not so much. Second half, okay. All right, so both us and the Buccaneers are 4-2. Looks like we are. I think we're up by at least one, maybe two, because we beat them head to head. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and share the screen so you can see what I am talking about. So there we go. All right. So right now, Falcons are up. Falcons are 4-2. Buck 4-2. Looks like we got a C-Dub sighting, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's
C-Dub,
hope.
how you doing, bro?
So, hey, what's up, guys? I'm in the midst of trying to get my computer up, so I was like,
Oh man. Ah, C-Dub's been going through this thing with this computer. I hope he gets it figured out, man. I don't know, but hey, we're praying for you, C-Dub. Hopefully you can get that figured out. But yeah, the Falcons are. He's back.
yeah, we're gonna try this until it keeps kicking me out, and then I'll keep fighting.
Let's try it again. All
Yep,
right, so we're 4-2, right? First
yep.
half, I don't want to say it was kind of iffy, but it definitely looks like we came in. Oh my goodness gracious! Definitely looks like we came in the second half and got it going there. Um, Looks like we stuck with the run game, and hey, I mean, good offenses can run it and pass it when they need to. You're not going to throw 500 yards on every opponent. So yeah, we're just talking some Falcons here. Um, I'm trying to wait on C Dub to come back in here before I get into the show, but it looks like I'm gonna have to start without him. So C Dub, apologies. We're gonna have to get to the show, bud. I hope you can work that out. So, number one, let's talk about takeaways, right? So my takeaway from this game is that when we need to run it, we can run it. When we need to pass it, we can pass it. I believe Kirk threw for 224 yards, and but we ran the ball exceptionally well. Bijan looked good. Algier looked good. Um, I don't have an issue with the offense because every weekend, every Sunday, you're not going to be able to just sling it around for 400 or 500 yards. This is the NFL. I do have a question, however, about our defense because it seems like we are bend don't break. Again, we allow 20 points, which is about our limit. We're usually allowing 22, 23 points a game. So, from that perspective, it's pretty good. What concerns me is we didn't get to Andy Dalton. And Andy Dalton, you could argue we probably should have had 2 or 3 sacks. Maybe on the one where he scrambled, you could say he got lucky. I don't know who it was that actually got to him and let him out of his grasp, but I don't know that we got a sack today, guys. And that's the one concern. Andy Dalton had all day to throw it, all day to sling it. Now, again, ultimately, we got him twice on the turnovers. The first one, I'll say, was really legitimate. He could have gone to the flat there with the cornerback, but he didn't. But that second interception was more desperation. It's, we're down by 3 scores. We got to make something happen. I'm going to chunk it here. And Clark Phillips was just sitting there, waiting to take advantage of it. So as far as the defense is concerned, I'm probably going to have to give them a B minus just because we probably should have had 3 sacks in this game. I mean, if it's one game, like Andy Dalton is not really a mobile quarterback. So if it's one game where you really expect for us to get there, it's this game, and we didn't. And that's going to have to be figured out. Other than that, hey, you got 2 takeaways. I don't know how much you gave up in the run game, so I'm going to look that up. Wallace, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? How are you? I'm doing well, Wallace. We're just talking about the game here. What went right? What needs to be improved? You know, the whole 9 yards. So, Wallace, look, we end up beating them 38-20. My concern is just we didn't get any sacks, Wallace. We did not get any sacks. And if it's one game where you would think you would get some sacks, it's this one against the Red Rifle, not really a mobile quarterback. Um, and I don't think we got any. So I'm looking at the defensive stats now, or I'm trying to look at the defensive stats now. Here we go. Let me just do this. Let's go to defense. King Atlanta supporter. What's up, man? How you doing? Hopefully all is well. Doing well, man. Hopefully you and Wallace are doing well. So we're talking about the Falcons stats for this game. Great that we won it 38-20, but quite candidly, guys, I felt like we should have got there with the sack, and it doesn't look like we did. I'm looking at the stats here. Carolina passed it for 221. We gave up 114 rushing yards, total of 335. Not terrible. Not terrible numbers. Not great, but not terrible. On offense, we had a total of 423 yards. We ran it. I'm sorry, we ran it for 198. We passed for 225. So, I'd say that's balanced. That's not bad. All in all, it's a profitable day. We did okay, but I just felt like in this game with Andy Dalton not being a mobile quarterback, um, you'd think we'd get there. You'd think we have at least 2 or 3 sacks. King Atlanta supporter, I'm happy we won. Time for some mixing up on the defense. I would agree. King Atlanta supporter says the next year draft, we fix the defense. Agreed, my friend. Agreed. Wallace, yeah, I know, but they get 2 picks off Dalton, and they do need to get better in the sack department. Yeah, that was a good thing. That was a good thing. I was really happy to see that. Honestly, if Dalton goes in the flat there to the check down, that interception doesn't happen. But of course, I'm glad he did because that kind of put the game away for us. And that was a great job of AJ just kind of playing the trail technique, waiting for him to throw the ball, kind of baiting him, and making the pick. So good job there. Great interception by Clark Phillips on that last pick off there. And really smart play to not go into the end zone and score, just kind of stop right there, to have the presence of mind to stay in bounds, let the clock keep running. And you know what, guys, we can run the clock out here on the 1 or 2 yard line or wherever he was. So great effort by the defense in the second half. Let's see. King Atlanta supporter says AJ Terrell got a pick six, had me rolling. He ran out like he won the Super Bowl. I need more from. Was that his first pick this year, King Atlanta supporter? Wallace, was that his first pick? I think it was. I want to say this was AJ's first pick. I want to say it was. You guys let me know. I think it was his first pick. But hey, you know what? At least he got the interception. Guess what? It came at a pivotal time in the game because we needed to get that and put some more points on the board. And guess what, guys? That's exactly what we did. We did play winning football. And we played together. You know, the defense gives us back the ball. We go down, score a touchdown, and essentially put the game away. So, you know, I honestly, let's see. Wallace says, yes, this was AJ's first pick in about 2 years. Damn, I didn't. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I did not know that, Wallace. Okay, that's interesting. That I did not know. I learned something new today. King Atlanta. All right. Hopefully, third time's the charm. Here comes C Dub.
Oh, shit.
You with us?
I think I am. Yes, I am now.
All right. Good. Awesome. Way to go, buddy. So we're talking about the game, of course.
Yeah.
We're talking about our defensive effort. We got Wallace and King Atlanta supporter in the chat with us, and we're just talking some Falcons football, man. So, hey, guys, welcome C Dub. He is actually C Dub has his own show. And why the hell am I telling him about your show, C Dub? You tell him where you're from, buddy. Go ahead.
Sheeprock Hell is where I was from. But this past week, took my whole system down. I have no monitor. I had to find a flat screen to use as my computer. Everything's messed up. I'm going to be using my laptop once I can unbury it from all the other stuff we had to move around. So, yeah. But besides that, I'm doing fantastic.
Hey, bud, let me tell you something. I got a few portable monitors around here. If you can give me your address, I'll send you the portable monitor.
All right. I'll do that for you. So, yeah, let me and then the football show. We're going to be back on Tuesday where we're going to talk about what we saw today. You know, this was kind of what I expected, actually. You know, first half, Panthers were going to fight with us. You know, because if you watch, they really do fight with all the other teams. It's not like they just, you know, they give up automatically. They do give it, you know, at least give a game. Now, what I liked was our defense did make adjustments. What I'm concerned about is our defense cannot get sacks.
Right.
But, you know.
We're just talking about.
Yeah.
You would think with the red rifle that you would at least get one or two.
That's what I thought too. I thought we were going to at least get a couple of sacks, but I'll tell you, that was hard to watch. But I will say it was good to see AJ Terrell finally get a pick.
It was great to see him finally get a
pick. I mean, you know, this guy was probably being raked over the coals for not having an interception. And it's like, I know I've gotten on to him or I've gone on about him. But, you know, I'm happy he got it. You could tell how relieved he was. And, you know, and look, Clark Phillips, I love you. I understand why you did it. Run that crap in the end zone, man. I would have been fine if you did. I get it. I mean, it's one of those, you had an opportunity, but I liked it. I liked the win overall. So, and you know, maybe he just wanted to make sure his offense or his defense wasn't going to get back on the field. But, you know, honestly, I was happy for the team. I thought that was a good win. And it didn't – you weren't sweating in the fourth quarter.
No. And you know, interestingly enough, I thought it would be a closer game. Mm-hmm. So This Falcons team actually showed me something. King Atlanta supporter says Falcons still in first place, need more from them. Also says we need faster players on defense. It's time. I hear you. Also says AJ
Sure.
Terrell to get more pick sixes. I hear you. Also,
Mm-hmm.
the Falcons can get a break and do more stuff in practice. Hey, Wallace Smith says I'm not really concerned about the sacks because they're getting the QB to hold onto the ball and they're getting the QB a few seconds too late. Okay, Wallace, that's a fair point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do want to talk about something, however, and
Yeah.
I don't know how other folks feel. What the hell is up with Kyle and not running these routes out, man? Like that's twice in the span of a few weeks where I've seen him just. I mean, I don't know. Is it an infamiliarity with the playbook? Like, what's going on there? Because I'm not saying that was a touchdown on that blitz in the red zone, but if he runs it out, at least he's got a shot, right?
Yeah. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. There's a part of me that goes, "What were you thinking?" I mean, let's put it this way. Remember, Mark Sanchez is in the press box. And if he's calling you out for being lazy, there has to be like an all-time low on that one. Because I'm going, of all people,
Yeah.
I don't want, it's like, hey, you don't need to be called, but, and yeah, I'd be seeing Kyle, he should be doing Julio stuff, but to be honest, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, the next line, but I was just reading that. But I'm not making excuses for Kyle. I think if we're going to see Kyle really perform, though, he needs to do it quick, fast, in a hurry. Now, before we go into any more deeper, here's what I'm going to say. I will take fixing stuff after a win over fixing stuff over a loss.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see it. I can, open the hood of a car, tinker with it, make sure it's running better and smoother. But I don't want to do it after I need to have it right away. It's more of I need to work on it, need to make sure it's performing a little bit better, but you're not having to haul the engine out and have to redo everything.
No, I agree. My concern is effort. And Wallace, you're absolutely right. You did tell us, because I think in a couple of shows, you referenced Pitt's effort. I'm at the point, so if you're Raheem, right, and you see Pitts do that, do you pull him out? Wallace, King Atlanta, if you're Raheem and you clearly see Kyle not run that out, are you pulling him out? Is he sitting a series? What are your thoughts? C-Dub, are you pulling him out or what are we doing there?
I am. I mean, he's the oldest of all the young weapons you have. Sometimes you have to remind him who he is. Look at what Mike Singletary did to Vernon Davis. Vernon Davis had all kinds of talent. Man kicked him out and then did a whole promo about how you can't win with him.
Can't win with him.
Yeah, can't do it.
I want to buy them. I can't do it. Oh, man.
And a lot of people gave Singletary so much crap, but Vernon Davis to this day is appreciative of what Mike Singletary did because it woke him up.
Right.
And I love Vernon Davis. He's actually one of the players I enjoyed watching when he first came out.
Yeah.
But
right.
I thought that was really awesome that Mike Singletary did that to him. My thing is this, and then I got to look at our front office or our head coaching staffs in the past and present. Are you making Kyle a receiver or tight end? Because if you're making him into a tight end, you need him to work with Kurt so he knows the routes and how to play. I don't think Kyle has ever played tight end. There are times when you watch him play, it's almost as if it's vertical, cool. Not vertical, I'm lost. It's like a baby deer running.
His route trees. You know what? I'm just gonna say he's got work to do on his routes.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say that.
Yeah, King Atlanta supporter says I'd take him out and talk to him. Wallace says Kirk had to throw the ball away because Pitts didn't run his route full speed. You're absolutely right, Wallace.
Yeah, he did. He had to.
Yes, Raheem should get on the pitch about not running his routes at full speed, and even if the play is not formed, yeah. I mean, and that's not the first time I've heard that about him.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not the first time, but today, like you could see it, and I don't look. I'm not saying Kyle is Vic, whatever his name is. I mean, Kyle. If you put him in the right position, he'll catch the ball. But I don't know what happens with him. I don't know if it's a situation where you don't know what the route combo is. I honestly don't.
Yeah.
But definitely, we clearly need more from Kyle just in that area. You know what? I see Kyle blocking, and that's great. I see Kyle making an effort to block, and that's great. And hey man, look, I don't play receiver. I don't or tight end in the National Football League, so I have to give Kyle a modicum of respect.
Yeah.
I have a modicum of respect.
But the thing is, I like how King said it here. I don't think it's the team. I think it's Kyle himself. It's almost as if, I've been big on this too, and you've heard me say it. Sometimes the player has to look at himself. All right. And my thing is this: you're 4-2. All right. This is going to probably be a very successful year if everyone's doing their job. Kyle has to figure out what's his job and if he wants to be on this team to perform that job. All right. Because I'm going to tell you, trade deadline is coming. And look, there are some weaknesses on this team that we have to address. And I'm going to also bring up something else, too, that's been bothering me. Jimmy Lake, we gave him some credit in the first couple of games. Can this man ever send a blitz? I mean, I'm asking once at least. Just send it. You see what we have back there. You have to understand this is who you got. Let's go. You've got Bates, you got Simmons, you've got AJ Terrell. Let these guys go after, but send the house sometimes. I get it, it's risky, but you got to do something. Pitts knows the routes and plays calls by now, and it doesn't matter if he's running routes from the TE or receiver spot. He needs to run his routes at full speed, whether he's getting the ball or not. Now, I'm with you. I'm not disagreeing with you, Wallace. I will not, say you're wrong there. Where I'm saying is, I feel like everyone in Atlanta has coddled this guy to a point that now we are looking and going, look, Pitts, you've got to make some plays. You've got to do something. Show us that you're growing. Like I said, because there are times I hear people go, well, he's not familiar with the tight end routes and stuff. And I'm going, how? He came out as a tight end. And then you watch what he did in Florida as a tight end, and you're even more confused. So that's what I'm talking about. Now, what you're saying, look, that's what I'm just going based off what I've known, especially with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins works well with a tight end. So for me, and that's why I'm like, Kyle should be eaten. It should automatically be like a security blanket. But I will tell you, if Rod decided to, put him to the side, I would be fine with that because I would like to see, Warner go in there and just show him, hey, this is how it's done, dude. Just, play. You're not, I get it, the 4th overall pick, but, God, are we going to always say he's the 4th overall pick? We can't pick on him? No, we got to expect. Look, you put it out there on tape. You decided not to run full throttle on that route. I didn't say, hey, Kyle, C-Dub here. Loaf around that play. Don't try to run it out. No. There ain't no way. So Lake did send the blitz, and they picked it up and then scored their first TD on AJ. But here's the thing. I don't want to stay away from blitz. You got to attack. That's what a 3-4 defense does. You got to dictate pass rush matchups. Look, Grady Jarrett was making some plays. Let's also give him that too. He was making some dynamic run plays. I think we can also say it's safe to say Aurora and Grady together can stay together. I like them together.
Yeah. I like them too. So King Atlanta says when Kyle understands who he is, he will be a different Kyle. King Atlanta, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. He's at what, 4 years? I mean, this is his fourth year? Look, I'm not saying I'm ready to give up on Kyle. I'm not saying that, but I mean, you know, these are elementary mistakes we're making here. Like on a hot route, we got to know where we're supposed to be. We got to run out routes like that. You can't excuse that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly don't know. Wallace says Pitts knows the routes and the play calls by now, and it doesn't matter if he's running routes from tight end or wide receiver spot. He needs to run his routes at full speed, whether he's getting to the ball now. Agreed. 100%, Wallace.
Yeah.
You are in line step. Lake did send the blitz, and they picked it up when they scored that first TD on AJ. So how many times did Jimmy typically only likes to blitz on third down?
Yeah, if that.
Honestly, I didn't see how many times they blitzed, honestly, because it just felt like we were like, all right, just don't let them get behind us. You know, it truly feels like our game plan is, look at guys, we know we can score 30 on anybody. So we're just going to keep the ball in front of you. We're going to make you drive the length of the field. And when you get down into the red zone, good luck, because we have good defense and we feel like you'll only get a field goal anyway, right? For the most part, we typically allow 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals, and that's going to be it. And that's what it was today. King Atlanta says Kyle Pitts not showing it. Sometimes he will, sometimes he won't. Agreed. Yeah, we need more consistency from Kyle. We definitely need more consistency from Kyle. I don't know what that was on that play, because clearly he's the hot read, right? You see they're bringing the house there. I just don't know why you don't run that out. Terrell Johnson says, rise up, fellas. What up, Terrell? How you doing, man? Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome. Just talking about on a Sunday. So yeah, I don't know about that. What I was impressed with was the fact that, guys picked it up and we seem to pick each other up. How about that deflection to Ray for that first down? That was a great heads up play.
That was
if he doesn't catch that ball, we don't get the first down, and I don't know that we score on that drive. And as it turned out, those early points kind of helped us because we needed to maintain the lead.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty good. And again, I was having a conversation with Mark Chaney on Friday. We've been fortunate because Kirk threw a couple of passes that could have been intercepted today.
Yeah,
so
he did.
That passing game was not crisp or as crisp as we'd like to see it. It got better in the second half. It did get better in the second half, but it was not. It was not where I'd like it to be in that first half. It was a little discombobulated. Guys were in man. We eked out 225 passing yards, but we scored 35 points. So I mean, I can't really complain because we did put up 35, which in my mind's eye, that's 5 touchdowns. So, 35 points, you should win.
Yeah.
Wallace says they need to work on players staying in their gaps on defense to stop some of these long runs every game. Yeah, that's true, Wallace. That's true.
Can't argue that.
Yeah. And then that, I'm still pissed that Red Rifle got 18 yards on us. I'm like, bro, that's the one sack you had to have. Like I could at least walk away saying, well, we got to him one time. We couldn't even get him on that one, and we got to do better, man.
At least Kirk didn't get sacked either, though. That's a good thing on our offensive line.
No, our offensive line is doing great. Bijan is doing a phenomenal job picking up robbers, man. I saw, again, at least 3 or 4 times where you see where the blitz is coming. Bijan picks it up, and the ball comes out. Yeah. And to Kirk's credit, he knew when to throw it away. I just think, offense did a great job with that. That's one thing they did a really, really, really good job on.
And give it to both Bijan and Tyler. They Tyler 105 on the ground with the TD, but Bijan had 95 with 2 touchdowns, but also he had 10 yards receiving. So he's over 100 yards all purpose. And, look, I'll tell you, I'll take all purpose too, because if I can if you're a dangerous weapon catching the ball as well as running the ball, I want you on the field. So, and it was good to see them both get opportunities. I was happy to see Tyler getting a tud.
Yeah. I think what I liked about it is it shows that we can do it all, guys. We can throw it, we can run it. Whatever we need to do to fit whatever occasion, we can do it. And if you can do that in the NFL, that travels. If the passing game isn't there, you're facing a team who's really good against it. All right, let's run the ball. We can run it for 200 yards, no problem. If you can't run it, all right, guys, let's sling it.
Yeah.
And again, 38 points. We put up 38. Yeah. All right. So that's one field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did we kick one field goal or two?
Give me a second.
I think we kicked two. I think we kicked two field goals. So we went for an extra point, but I'm sorry, we went for we went and got a 2-point conversion. But anyway,
3 field goals. We kicked 3 field goals and kicked 3 extra points, and we went for 2 because they had that personal foul and it moved the ball up to the 1 yard line.
Yeah, they sure did.
Yeah. So so that was not bad. I mean, offensively, it's like this. Are there things we could clean up? Yeah, but again, I'm not, like I said, you're cleaning up after a win. Things are feeling better, because now you can look at it through a different, lens. Like you're not feeling, I won't say rushed or I must win, but it's more of, okay, this is ahead of us. This is what we got. And look, you're 3-0 in the NFC South, 4-0 in the NFC, period.
All right.
That's pretty good. That's one heck of a way to start the season.
No, that's a great way to start the season. That is an outstanding way to start the season. And I have nothing but praise for our guys. I think that was good. I tell you what impressed me about it is that you've just come off 2 emotional wins, and you had the presence of mind to close that one out, because they came out in that first half exactly how I thought they would come out. They had been off for 10 days. So they were a little rusty. Wallace says the offense is taking what the defense gives. Yes, Wallace, they are. Yeah, that's a very good point. But they came out a little flat. That first offensive one, they were a little flat. I think the second possession they came out and scored, but that first one they were a little flat. But they just kind of meandered along in the first half, and then in the second half they picked it up. But they did what they needed to do. They beat a team that they should win by 18 points, which is 3 possessions, which is about right. So, now, to your point, I think you're 4-0 in the conference. That's the Eagles and all 3 of our
NFC South
mates or NFC South peers. So that's 4-0 in the conference. And we got Seattle next week. So let's keep it going. I think. Go ahead. You about to say something?
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at the scoring summary. I mean, it's almost as if we were trying to throw the ball and trying to get Kirk comfortable when we really should have just ran the ball at first. But honestly, they made enough plays to keep it close, not get down, or not let the Panthers think they're going to hang around. And then really that fourth quarter is when they, shut them out. So, that's what you're supposed to do. Get in the game, take care of business. If not every game's going to be where you beat people like gangbusters. You're not going to always have those games. But look, 18-point win on the road, I'll take it.
Amen. Agreed, 100%. So for me, the hot topics going into this week are going to be Kyle needing to get his routes together. We got to do that. And then you're probably going to have some more sack talk because we didn't get any, and that's only going to get louder and louder. So in the face of that, are we almost at the point, C-Dub, where we got to make a trade?
I mean, I think what if anything, if it's me, I am looking at what we have to do or seeing who comes available. We all know this. We got Hutchison for the Lions broke a femur or a fibula, so he's going to be out for a while. All right, so we're not going to be the only ones looking for pass rush help. So you got this game right now, the Bengals versus the Giants. There's a couple of players on both teams that you might want to look at. Trey Hendrickson is one guy. So, and that's why I'm kind of like, first of all, do we have to make a trade? I would like to. If you got a team that you could feel is going to be ready to compete, you need to strike while the iron's hot. All right, because that's just going to make the guys feel better, make them all know, hey, they're serious. All right. And then, get you a guy, man. Just get you somebody that's going to bring some freaking pressure. And, but then I'm also going to say this, Jimmy Lake or Raheem Morris, you might need to stick your head in that. You got to stick your head in those defensive meetings, maybe. Yeah, let's open some minds up, man, because I'm not saying, like you said, I'm not trying to fire Jimmy Lake. I'm just saying we got to start getting some defense in where we can. So. Okay. So let's see. But yeah, that's basically there. Falcons have belt. And yeah, now I'm going to tell you, don't listen to PFF after their freaking football preview that they tried to do on us. That was embarrassing. Trying to, basically not even talk about us, but talk about how the Panthers could beat us. I was like, come on. I like what Off the Mark said about how that was the Glaze job. So let's see. I'm also checking out some stuff, trying to pull up the latest, trying to see who else is injured or whatnot.
So, hey, Chris, Wallace is saying the next game against Seattle is going to be tough. They can't have any letdowns. Let them win this game. What are your thoughts about what we need to do getting ready for Seattle?
Same thing. You kind of need to make sure that DK Metcalf doesn't get off, because DK Metcalf is kind of like George Pickens in a way where if he gets going early, he's engaged. All right. If it's me, I would make sure that I'm making it very tough for him to get anything going. And look, AJ Terrell should be feeling more emboldened now. He's got that interception out of his, mindset. He knows that he could go after it, so that should help him. And the other thing is, though, you got that the biggest key really is the run game, because Seattle can run the football. And you've got to respect this team. All right. Geno can make plays. He can run. He's not Mahomes, but he can beat an NFC team. All right. So don't fall for the okie-doke. Now it is a 1:00 start time. And this is Mike McDonald's first time, I know he's coaching, and he's going to bring him to the East. I don't know how he's going to, be. I'll tell you, I'm looking at this game and I'm going, we can win, but I'm looking at DK as number one concern, and then I'm looking at Kenneth Walker Jr.
Yeah, agreed. And the thing about DK, where he and Kyle are alike, they both sometimes have lapses in concentration. So,
totally.
So I mean, look, hopefully DK is not on his game, because I agree. You get him engaged early, you got a problem. Yeah. That is that's Julio's body. That dude really has the body of Julio, and if he ever can get it together upstairs, I mean, he'll be freaking unstoppable.
Yeah, so. That is probably the best person to actually compare him to is Julio because of the body, but also though it's like I said, it's if you make an effort to keep him out of the game, he does not like that. And he gets
No,
frustrated with the team, the
he does.
offensive calling,
He does.
and I haven't seen it where as he's going off, things turn around and he's like, man, I'm so glad DK lost his mind on that play.
Yeah. Yeah. He look, hopefully we can keep him disengaged.
Yeah.
Smith says, I didn't like when they played that prevent defense and let them score before. Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Oh God, me either.
But that was also, wasn't that the one where he had the 18-yard scramble?
I thought the 18-yard scramble was another play, but it may have been.
You could be right. I
thought that was the second half. He got that scramble off, and I'm going, really? And then they kicked the field goal, I thought.
Yeah.
So that's where I thought that scramble play was. But that drive they had before half, I was stunned. I was where before I was like, man, we're good. We kept them down. And then they scored, and I went, what the hell?
That shouldn't have happened. But
with
the exception of that, I mean, I think our defense played okay today. They were definitely great, but they played okay. And look, man, again, you held them to 20 points. So you scored 38. If you can do that every game, you can win every game. If you can put 35 up on everybody or 28 up on everybody and give up 20, you can win. So.
I think someone said when the Falcons only if they don't give up any higher than 22, they usually win. Well, here you go. Yeah. It's 20, and man, I'm telling you, man, this team is good. It's a good team, and like you said, there are things to fix. But again, I want to remind Falcon fans: let's enjoy fixing a team when they win, not having to deal with. You remember last year and the years before.
Yeah, I don't even want to bring up. I don't want to bring it up.
Well, no, I only bring it up because I go, you don't want to relive those days.
No,
let's enjoy these days.
And I don't think you will. The one thing that I don't think America realizes is just how dynamic that offense is.
And also how mentally tough this team is.
Yeah, they are. They really are. Because you have some football savvy veterans, you have some folks that have high football IQs, and they know how to close it out. You know what I mean? So that's 3 wins in a row. You got Seattle coming in. You take care of business there. Then you go down and you take on a very tough Tampa Bay team because they're going to be ready, and that's going to be a battle.
That's going to be a slugfest.
Yeah. And honestly, I felt like this game would be the trap game, but we got to make sure we go into Seattle and look at Seattle and take care of business.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Anybody lightly,
Look, if you look at the NFC West, Seattle has always played every team tough, so that's why I say you don't want to take these guys lightly.
No, you don't.
And look, San Fran found a way to make sure DK was going to affect the game. That's kind of what I need to see from, and look, if DK gets a couple of passes, I'm not going to lose my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But it's how he gets it, or is it like how Pickens got, where they were throwing deep, but it was to, now we got to kick a field goal. Look, if they're struggling to get to 20, I like our chances.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we come out and do what we do, which is grab a lead, keep this thing going, we'll see. Nando says, what's good, T. Will and C-Dub? It's a great day as Falcons fans. When we win, the Aints lose. Very glad that we didn't get trapped by this trap game. Nando, agree with you 100%, brother.
Very much, yeah.
I really felt like this was a trap game, and you know what? The Falcons showed me something. They went in there and handled business. So
I'll give Raheem credit, or again, this is where I said they didn't blink. It's to me, I say you want to show up with a mindset of attack the moment, attack today. But then again, also you got to look at that team that goes, come on, hit me with your best shot because it ain't that good.
Yeah.
Because I've already been hit with these thunderbolts, So, and by the way, look, I know a lot of people were trying to tell me C-Dub, we need the Aints to win and Bucks to lose. But look, Tampa is a tough team, folks. They ain't going away. Dare I say, I know the NFC North is stacked. Man, Tampa Bay might be a team that can also make the playoffs too, because they're not a bad team.
No, and honestly, the Saints are not far off. Spencer Rattler didn't look too bad today. Now, he threw 2 interceptions because this is his first time playing. He's a rookie, but he had his moments.
Yeah,
right?
He did. Yeah,
he did have his moments. So I think the Saints, if they can figure some things out, if they can get some folks back, I don't think they necessarily will go anywhere. Hopefully, these next couple of games, we can take advantage of Carr being out, and hopefully can put some distance between us and them. I agree. I don't think Tampa Bay is going anywhere. I
think Olave going out was a crippling. That was a crippling blow to that team.
Yeah,
because I think if Olave still's playing, that game is not that. It's not a blowout at the end.
No, it's not. And again, give the young fella credit, man. He hung in there as best he could.
Yeah.
And I think he's only going to get better. So, we'll see. I think the one, I don't want to say disappointment, but the one thing I wanted to see Penix in the second half. I was hoping we were up by 30 or 40 and, we could see Penix come in and run a few plays, but hey, I'm not mad at it. A win's a win. An 18-point win is a win, just like a 1-point win is a win. So, I think Jack and all my counterparts are happy. I was the only one who was like, it'll probably be a 10-point game. Well, no.
Yeah.
Mark Cheney and I, because Mark was like, it'll probably be 20 to, I think he had like 20 to 14 or something like that.
And, yeah, I think so. I think I remember that show, and I remember him hearing that.
Yeah, and Mark's mom was like, it'll be 30 to 3. So I think, it ended up being 38 to 20 is fine. Well, I think she said 31 to 3, but anyway.
Yeah.
Look, a win's a win. We got the win. I'm good with it. Did we have any missed opportunities? I think the one play to Kyle, maybe. Although I don't know that wasn't a touchdown. But that one play up the sideline where he doesn't run, I think if he runs it out, he's at least got a shot. So,
I guess if you're saying, not take a field goal versus go for the touchdown.
Yeah.
You could do that. But honestly, it's like this. Those guys get paid too. But honestly, I'm looking at it this way. I think more missed opportunities is more on the defense than I do the offense.
You have anything in particular in mind?
Well, it's just the sacks. It's just the missing out on sacks.
Yeah.
And like I said, with everybody we have, I need Jimmy Lake to start maybe shuffling the deck, trying to reposition guys. If I hear another way of, Carter almost getting, he's now my new almost. I thought I got rid of the last year's almost, which was, oh God, he now plays for the Titans. I can't remember. Oh my God. Not Campbell. It was the other one though. But
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I can see his face, but I can't say his name. I can't remember his name. Oh my God. But anyway, and I swear to God, don't trade and get him and bring him back because Dupree. Bud Dupree.
Yeah, Bud Dupree, yeah.
Yeah, almost. That was my name for him. I was like, nah, you don't get your name. You're almost, because you almost get a sack. Well, now Carter. And that's really where we're at. It's like, I'm one of those. I want to dictate, matchups. I want to find out who can get to the quarterback. I want to match up Ellis to go on the other side. I want to find out if Troy Anderson could get around the other side. Something, and like I said, just rotate, just something. If you're going to keep Judon where he's at, I'm moving Judon so I can get him on the weakest guy. But that's just me because, you got to try to get some sacks, man. And I know people go, well, sacks aren't the only thing. Well, guess what? If you get enough sacks, you usually make the playoff with no problem. I've never heard a team being last in sacks and not make the playoffs. That's my thing.
Agreed. Well, I mean, it could happen this year. Mario Anderson said 4-2. Let's go. Let's go, Mario. Yeah, man, 4-2. But you're right. I mean, we definitely got to get something figured out as far as these sacks are concerned. Whether that is stunts, and we ran stunts today. They just got picked up. You know, they got.
Yeah.
We ran a bunch of stunts today. They just got picked up. So I don't know that we blitzed that often. I think the one time we blitzed Andy Red Rifle, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Dalton.
Andy Dalton completed it right where our guy, because I think it was Caden Ellis.
Yeah.
And as soon as Caden came in, he said, "Yep, I see where you're coming from," and it was a slant, and it was boom right there. Yeah. I think after that, Jimmy Lake says, "You know what? I don't know that we're going to do that." So I think after that, it was okay. Let's get there. Let's get there with what we got, and it's just you got to figure something out. You got to figure something out. We're going to have to go and get somebody. Nando says, "I want them to place Troy Anderson at offensive linebacker. Carter is straight trash in my Bubba Dub."
He is straight trash. I mean, I hear you, man.
You know what?
Look. He's a good player, or he's an okay player. But again, he's just another guy. I'm not trying to, pour ashes on his, playing career.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is sometimes you've got to move it around just to see what can other guys do. It's like it's almost like I feel like the coach from Waterboy, where he's like, "Come on, guys, Bobby Boucher's not the only guy. Y'all can make a play. Y'all can make the play. All right, go, Bobby. These guys suck. You got to come up with something. Do it for me, please." That's how I feel Jimmy Lake is with the pass.
Come on, Judon. Let's get there, buddy. Judon is getting double, triple. Come on, man. We got to give him something. Wallace says, "I agree with them getting more sacks, but that's not the only thing. I think we only blitz once or twice a day." And I think you're right, Wallace. And I think we did that because that first time we blitzed, it was a 12-yard slant. And I think Jimmy Lake said, if I don't blitz, it's going to take them 10 to 12 to 13 plays to score. If I do, they can score in 2. I don't think I'm a blitz. You know what I mean? Clearly, their mantra is, look, keep the ball in front of you. And
I hate that play. Yeah.
No, it's painful to watch.
It is like a death of 1,000 paper cuts, It
is.
And it's worse if it's almost like someone's holding your hand wide open and they're stabbing you with the paper. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. Well, memories.
Look, the good news is we did get 2 interceptions, right?
Yeah.
In the second half, we figured something out.
Yeah.
In the second half, we did figure something out. And what they score in the second half? Was it
okay, well, they didn't score. Hold on. I got you. Give me a second. I'm looking it up for you because I want to say.
No, they scored 1 field goal in the second half.
Yeah, only 3 points in the second half.
Yeah, so I mean.
Third quarter. Yeah, third quarter they scored a field goal. And then they went scoreless afterwards. Yeah, we shut the door on them.
So, I mean, from that perspective, you can't. I mean, 3 points in the second half, bro. I'm not going to, even though it's painful to watch, it's effective. Look, they win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's funny. I was having this same conversation with Mark Chaney. If you don't know him, check out his YouTube, Mark Chaney.
He's a good guy, guys. You got to check him out.
He was, he was saying that basically if you look at the stats for our defense, we're not very good. And I said, well, honestly, Mark, you got to look at it in context. I mean, yes, we are giving up a lot of yards, but we're not giving up a lot of touchdowns. They're not when they get to that 20, and I don't know what our red zone efficiency is, but it would have to be pretty good because they're not scoring touchdowns, right?
Yeah,
again,
I mean,
70, and that 1 touchdown in the first half was a fluke, right? Let's see. Well, hold on. Let me go back to Nando. Nando's a special teams player at best. Damn, Nando, that's kind of tough, man. I
mean, hold on. To be fair, To be fair, though, Zach Harrison made a heck of a block on that.
He really did.
Zach Harrison could be taking that spot from Carter. I'm just saying.
And that led to a touchdown.
Yes,
he did. And you know what? Hey, if we want to highlight some guys, how about we highlight Clark Phillips, because that was a very heady play to grab that ball on that special teams and get some yards, and then to get that interception late in the second half. So really heads up play by Clark Phillips. But getting pressure on the QB for them to make a mistake is just as good as getting a sack and you know what, Wallace? That's a great point. That is a great point. That is a great point. And that's what I'm saying. Like you got to see this in context. If you just look at the numbers, the Falcons look pretty bad on defense, but we have mastered the art of literally bend, don't break. You know what I mean? Look. You can tell that the theme of our defense is just don't let them get behind you.
Yeah.
You because I guess the thinking is if you have to go 10 to 12 plays to score a touchdown, at one of these points, something's going to happen. Either we're going to stop you, we're going to intercept you, we're going to get off the field. Right? You do go down and score great, but you're not going to do that 4 and 5 times against us for the most part. And if you look at the numbers, they bear that out. Right? If you're going to have somebody playing man, it's typically AJ. Outside of that, everybody else is, if they're playing 10 yards off. You got 2 safeties over the middle. Although I think Simmons had something with his hamstring today, so definitely want to check on that. Hopefully that's not too severe. But again, man, and what I'd like to see, also a good stat, we adjust very well. Our defense does a great job of adjusting. And our offense adjusted well today. So, we scored 22 points in the first half and 16 points in the second half.
Yep.
They scored 3.
That's right.
And there in and of itself is the ball game.
Yeah.
So we did adjust well. What up, my brother? What's going on, Chris A1 from day one?
Tip.
Throw the chat in there, man. If you want to hop on, as always, you have an invite. And hell, anybody else that wants to hop on and let's talk some Falcons.
All right. I'm going to say this because Wallace has bring this up. So now I got to bring this up too. Okay. So, and this is the same defense that Raheem ran with the Rams when they won the Super Bowl. Brando break defense. Hold up. You are right. But now here's where I have to correct. They had Aaron Donald.
Yeah, you
had you not only Aaron Donald, you had motivated Von Miller. So look, all I'm saying is this: if I want sacks, and here's why. If you want to, impact the game or impact the line, it's only right. I mean,
what up, Chris?
You got to have somebody. What's up, Chris?
What's up, family? I'm just going on a night stroll. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking my animal, man. After my bad. I had a show I had to do. You know, some with the fellas, man. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. We just had Make Way Sports, some other Falcon content creators coming on. Just had a great show, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. But yeah, man, I'm walking my pet Black Panther, man. You know what I'm saying, right now. So I'm outside. What? No, man. It got delivered earlier today and everything. So I'm walking him now.
Hold on. What's his name? Is his name Q?
No. I haven't really gave him a name. I'm really just calling him KP right now because I know they say keep pounding or something like that. So y'all help me name my Black Panther, y'all. I'm walking right now. He just is muscular and just as cute as he can be. Hey, ain't that like a little panther? My little panther. Love my little panther.
Tip. All I gotta say is this: after I watched that one video with you, Smitty, Berto, and the cussing crew of Carolina Panthers, guys,
man, hilarious.
All I could do, I was dying. I thought my gut was gonna pop for laughing so hard. Oh my god! And then I loved how y'all were like, "Yeah, y'all can't do anything," and they got all mad. Well, look, we've been talking trash about our team, but our team can be your team. I'm going, oh Lord,
man! It was hilarious how they started fighting each other.
Yes,
I'm just sitting up there. I said they're fighting each other.
See,
it was beautiful.
oh, Terry, it was priceless. It was hilarious.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this show, man. That's
Man, I'm telling you, watch that preview Panthers and Falcons, man. We had Black Cat podcast on, and we had Clay as well. He's from the NFC Roundtable. He does this thing as well.
Yeah, he was great.
Man, it was a great stream, honestly. Great stream.
I knew it was going to be great when he started talking trash. I'm like, wait, what?
That's what you got, man.
So we're talking about.
I'm about to say who that was.
I don't know.
We're talking. It's our mystery guest who's going to remain a mystery. We're talking. We're talking Falcons Panthers, but just from your perspective, talk about some of the things about the game that jumped out to you, and what you saw specifically.
Well, for one thing, I love the fact on how this week it was the run game. Last week it was the passing game.
Yeah.
So I enjoy being able to show and display that we can do both. Now, I called this a get right game, you know what I'm saying, from the beginning. We did start off slow. I feel like we did have some mistakes on our end, you know what I'm saying, with the fumble. That hurt us, you know what I'm saying. It helped them get some points and everything at the end of the half. I felt like if we get that sack, they do not score that touchdown and have a Xavier Leggett riding horses or whatever in the world that he was doing. And man, that shouldn't have been a touchdown. That should have been a sack. Lorenzo Carter makes the sack. Then that's what I'm saying. If they make the sack, we hold them to a field goal. And we honestly, I believe just with how we played in the second half, we hold these guys under 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you know, so we have to clean that up. We definitely have to generate a pass rush. We generated some pressure, but we're not getting sacks, guys. We're just not getting sacks. And that's one thing that for me has got to change. Like, again, and we mentioned this before. I was like, man, you could have just re-signed Bud Dupree, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, because he was out there for a minute, you know, so you possibly could have did that. Because regardless now, the talk of the town moving forward, it's not going to be just the Falcons being 4-2. It's not going to be just the Falcons scoring 35 points back-to-back games. It's going to be, okay, how much longer is the Falcons going to be able to win games without getting the quarterback on the ground?
Yeah, I'm with you. Wallace says, don't get me wrong, C-Dub, I want sacks too, but if they're pressuring the QB to make mistakes, I can live with that, and teams are not getting explosive plays on our defense, I'm good with that. And Wallace makes a good point. You know, typically we're holding 2 field goals, 2 touchdowns. If you look at it, and that's a good question.
For how long?
That's a fair question. You know, which brings up my next question. Are we at the point? How much time do we have before the trade deadline?
I believe, what is it, like week 9, week 10, something like that?
I think so. I want to say week 9, maybe 10. I'm not really.
You know what? How about we check the interweb and see?
I don't trust the interweb.
Trade deadline.
I will say this though. I will salute the Falcons for this. They were 50% on third down. That's been like one of the best that they've been like this season. So I did want to see better third down play. We did win time of possession. We still have to clean up penalties, but at least we didn't have the most. You know, we got turnovers, and that's another thing too. We're going to have to be an optimistic defense, especially if we're not getting people on the ground. We have to get those interceptions. We have to get them to turn the ball over.
It's November 5th.
Yep,
November 5th. That's after the Cowboys game, isn't it?
Yep, after day after week 9.
Yep. So there you have it.
3 weeks away. So my question to you guys is: do you feel like we're 4-2, first place in the NFC South, and Wallace, I'll put this out to you as well. Do you guys feel like we have to go out and get a pass rusher? And Chris, I'm sorry, C-Dub. Well, you know, Chris, you're the latest. Come on, not latest, but you know what the hell I mean, Chris. Do you feel like?
What does KP think?
About it? Because What confused me is both of you guys' name is Chris. So I want to call C-Dub Chris, but C-Dub is the stage name. So
Nah, man, he's big trouble. C double.
Yeet. When you see double, you see trouble.
Oh
Exactly.
man, I like it. So A1, do you feel like we have to go out and get somebody?
I feel like, man, you should at least call some people up, man, and see about some of these pass rushers, some of these teams like the Browns, some of these teams like the Raiders. Try to see like if you can get somebody off of them, man. I mean, honestly, I understand. Like, the only reason why I say this is because we're a win now team. You know, so we're not in a rebuild or anything like that. We're 4-2, head of the division. I'm just thinking about trying to get better. You know what I'm saying? You got to have high standards. High standards prevents you from having low quality experiences.
Yeet.
And right now we're having low quality experiences as far as like sacks go. We are generating pressure, so that's been helping. But what happens, you know, so when you face a quarterback that's just like, hey, look, I'm standing in this pocket and I'm delivering the ball. I don't care what the Falcons are going to do. You know, what happens to you when you start facing guys like that? Because moving forward into the season and when teams are desperate for wins or when teams are winning, you're going to see, you know what I'm saying, quarterback play either go up or down. You know, so generating a pass rush and also getting pressures and getting people on the ground, hitting quarterbacks, all that stuff like that is important. And we just don't generate enough of it because we have the lowest sack rate. We have a high pressure rate, but we have one of the lowest sack rates. We do hit the quarterback, but we just need more. That's all. We just gonna need more going forward if we're talking about really, you know, being a deep playoff run, because I believe that we are a playoff caliber team.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about like going deep into the playoffs when it matters, we have to get better in certain areas. But it's week 6, it's plenty of time. But it's just like what you're seeing. You're not getting enough from Lorenzo, barely anything, and you're not getting anything from Arnold Albacete.
Mm-hmm.
No,
it's not getting enough. You're just not getting enough, bro. And it's just like Judon, he can't pin his ears back because he's helping out with other things, and it's just like he gets held a lot too. And
my God, yes,
yeah,
20 times today. I want to get
he gets held a lot.
We had Phillips on that.
Judon has been held multiple times every week this season.
Oh God, yes,
he is. Guys, I want to get to Wallace's comment. But we had Phillips on that side when Leggett scored that TD, and he's too short to try and make a play on that. But you know what, Wallace? He almost did. I tell you one thing. I
think if he reached up with his left hand instead of his right hand, I think he make the play.
Yeah, Phillips has some ups. I'll give him that. But Wallace, you're right. He was just a little bit too small for that particular play. Wallace
it was a matchup for him.
Let's see. Wallace feels like, no, I don't see us going to get a trade for an edge rusher as long as this group is healthy and we're winning.
Hey, that's a great point, though, because it's almost like if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Well, I don't know that you're trying to fix it. I think you're looking ahead, right?
Yeah.
You're
that's
looking
all.
ahead for the 49ers, for Detroit, for Minnesota. You're looking ahead for those.
Even the Commanders. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you still even got to look at them. As crazy as it may sound. We'll see what happens with them.
And I'm going to just say it like this. You don't need to worry about making a trade now. But week 9 comes around, I'm on the phone. And
I'm at least kicking the tires.
I'm not kicking tires. I've been browsing enough. I'm going to the store. I'm going to be making the negotiations. I'll bring some cherry pie if I have to. I'll bring in some bits. I'll do whatever I got to do, because I'm going to tell you, if I could go get, I don't know, a certain Browns player who can really rush the passer, who's a world, who, let's be honest, kind of has a controllable contract and has to play with Miss Watson, I would like to talk to that man and go, would you like to be a Falcon? I would like him. I like Hendricks. I'd even call the Raiders. What would you like for that Crosby? I don't want Adams. I want that Crosby. I want that white bread. Bring him over. You know,
Crosby contract is pretty large. That's the only thing about Crosby. But
yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying, I'm looking at everybody, you know, and I would look at even like, I mean, heck, they were saying that there were some rumors that the Falcons are maybe looking at Orjiza Olare from, I want to say Georgia. I want to say
I think
from the Giants.
The Giants, right?
Yeah.
He's with the Giants. Yeah.
And
he got a sack today too.
yeah,
And Ogundeji or something like that. Anyway,
yeah. The O name. We'll learn it by the time if he gets on the team.
Mr.
But
O.
yeah, Mr. O.
Yeah.
And I mean, but I'm just saying, I want guys, because if this is a win now team, I don't want to hear people tell me, well, we've got the guys. Well, then if you got the guys, then I'm looking at your scheme and going, you need to work it to where these guys can actually make plays and not just go, all right, boys, make sure they're right here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think the second part, and I hear you, Chris, but I think they're getting acclimated to it. And I think the more the season goes on, the more comfortable they will get with this defense, and you'll see that. But
I hope so, brother, because we're getting to that point to where it's almost like this is who you are.
Yes.
I think this is very much who we are. Make no mistake about it. I
third
think
down
this
is not good.
I think this is who we are.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you can't win, right? So Wallace makes a good point. Wallace also says in the offense starting to gel, move the ball up and down the field to score points and taking some of the pressure off the defense. And they are.
And I agree. And we talked about this. We've all on this panel have at one point or another have said this offense has to catch up to give this defense a break. And it is back-to-back weeks now. We can definitely and honestly, you can really say the last 3 weeks. I mean, I know. Well, no, not the Saints game. My bad, not that game. But yeah, Tampa game and this game, you can definitely say that the offense did their part to help out the defense for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and guys, look.
Simmons was questionable for return with a hamstring.
Yeah,
on Sunday.
I did see that.
Okay.
I
it was a hamstring. I didn't know what it was originally.
Yeah, I just wonder if he ever did return, and then if he didn't, like what's the degree of, I don't want to say injury, but how egregious is that injury? You know, is it just a garden variety hamstring? Is it grade 1, 2? Like what is it? And if it was questionable, I don't think it'd be grade 2. So
right, my thing is, I would have been more concerned if I heard anything about him being like completely out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how they come out and say, hey, this player is out for the rest of the game. So I didn't hear that. So take that with a grain of salt. That maybe that hopefully it's just something, you know, something light. And you know, it's something to be monitored because you know Bijan for the last 2 weeks was dealing with a hamstring, but he also got almost 100 yards today too. So we'll see.
Let me tell you something about our offense, man. It looks good because guess what? Today we ran the ball and we ran it effectively. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It just feels like we're in offense. Okay, is the run there today? Nope. All right, we're gonna sling it. Okay. Is the pass there today? Nope. All right, we're gonna run it. So if you can do that, that's again another, like, it just gives you another dimension of your offense. And you know, sometimes
it gives defensive coordinators something else to think about when a team can run and pass. You'll have a game to where you may be even in the run and the pass just because of how the game flow is going. But the ability to be able to do both, those are elements that make you a good team.
Yeah.
I think we were able to do both today, to be honest with you. I think I think we did. I think we ran for like 198 and passed it for 225. Which is damn near 50%. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, like that's successful. That's a mistake. We're able to do whatever you need to do. Wallace says we should see getting access to be back to the team with Abernathy getting injured.
I've seen Abernathy get injured. I was like, no.
I thought Helms was out for the year.
No, he'll be back. But I think week 10 or week 11 or something like that?
Okay.
Second
I don't-
half of the season, might as
Yeah.
well say for real.
Yeah, that I don't know exactly. I just know it's around that time.
Okay. Let's see. Carlo says, "What's up, T. Will? What up, Carlo? How you doing, brother? Rise up.
I
Let's
feel
go."
look like he's smoking that Panthers pack. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is. Yeah.
Yes, sir, man.
Yes, he is. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you all off. I was
It's
just
all good.
Oh
Carlo.
no. You good, brother. I'm just, honestly, man.
How's
Honestly,
KP
man,
doing?
for Falcon fans, man, this is like the most excited we have been since, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Super Bowl year is the most exciting, but 2017 we was excited too then because we didn't think we was going to get as far as we did, but we did, and this is the first time Falcon fans can really just say, hey, man, I can really watch my team and be like, hey, we in this, like we really are, like since like 2017, and it's like I'm just really, man, I'm happy for every Falcons fan right now that's having a great dinner and it's tasting even better than it's supposed to because you got to win. You know, you don't got three of those. So Falcon fans, you got three good meals, you know, that you've been eating and everything. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You really do. 4 in total, but you know, 3 in a row.
And not just that, but the Monday night game, we went 2-1 in our primetime games. Could have been 3-0.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, I'm going to tell you guys, I can't wait to start seeing our team start getting flexed.
Oh yeah, I believe that Commanders game, that's going to be a flex game.
I'll be honest. If I don't know when they start flexing, I hope they flex the Cowboys game. I really do.
Well, we're gonna definitely see, man. Because the Falcons, our offense is exciting. I think our team is exciting. I think the NFL is slowly starting to take notice, and I think moving forward, if they can start flexing games for the Falcons to be on primetime games, I think it happens. As long as we're staying healthy, as long as Kurt is slinging the ball and Drake London, I'm so happy for Drake London because I believe he is having fun playing football.
He is.
I really do.
Quarterback. I mean,
yes, he is having fun playing football.
Yeah, he finally has a quarterback. He's having great.
Same thing for Darnell Mooney, though. He is now having fun playing football. Ray McLeod, even though he had that fumble, that's questionable because I didn't think it was a fumble, but whatever. And but it's just like these guys are having fun playing football. Kyle Pitts, it's on coaching and on the player for Kyle Pitts for me, man. Like
I don't know what the hell's going on with Kyle. Like I
just told you, it's some of it is on the coaching because they got to finding ways to get the ball. But you got to give Kyle Pitts the ball when he's running a straight line. That's when he's best effective. All that east to west stuff is not his strong suit. And then you can also, like Smitty even has said on our live, you can use him in line. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, man, I was like, the man is a tight end. He's not a wide receiver. Like, so he doesn't run some of the best routes anyway. It's just like you gotta use his strengths. But for Kyle, you gotta finish your route.
Yeah.
Like it was 8 on 8, just like, and I was glad. Honestly, some people don't like how he was called out. I'm glad that he was called out on national television.
It's been going on. It has been.
That's one time where I got to salute Sanchez. I'm sorry because he called it exactly how most Falcon fans should have been feeling, if not all. Like, bro, finish your route. We gave you grace last year because we was jumping on him when he did that against the Bears, and we jumped on him. But we found out the PCL and the MCL. You supposed to be, good to go. Now finish your route.
Yep.
Finish the route. Go up and get the ball from the defender, or go up and make a play.
And for it to be Sanchez to go off on someone, that's pretty impressive.
Right.
Because Sanchez won't go off on a player.
But the thing about it is accountability, and that's why I'm saying I was happy it happened because that's on film. Regardless, that's on film. That needs to be played. You know? So
I agree.
That needs to be played. Like, hey, Kyle, this is what's going on, brother. You got to finish these routes, man.
Right.
Straight up and down.
On a hot route where you're the hot, you can't do that. You're the hot route. You cannot stop running. Like, and
Yeah.
hopefully it'll motivate him to do better. You know what I mean? Hopefully so. While it says Ray was down on the ground, it should not have been. I felt like
No, it should have not been a fumble.
I felt like by the time that ball. Now, what they were saying is that it started to come loose on the way down, but that was bang bang. Like that.
Yeah.
It was.
That was.
It was.
You know.
And the call on the field was not a fumble, right? Or
Yeah. I didn't think it was enough to overturn it. I didn't think that at all.
Because I was like, did they call it a fumble?
It was supposed to be. It was technically called first down Falcons.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they challenged it, and then we was lining up, and then they challenged it, and then next thing us when they gave it to the Panthers and whatnot. But it's no. If anything, it should have been an incomplete pass because he didn't even take steps. They said you got to take steps. He didn't take steps. He just grabbed the ball, kind of turned, and like lunged forward to try to get the first down. So it technically wasn't even the process. He didn't even tuck it or anything. But it's subjective. I just don't think he fumbled.
It really is.
I
we were about
was
to
surprised.
score on that drive again, too, by the way.
I mean, that's the only missed opportunity we could have talked about with that score.
Yeah. But that and the throw to Pitts. But I mean, outside of that, offense again did pretty well. To me, they did better than I thought they would do. And not that I didn't think they would win. I just felt like you're coming off two very critical last second wins, which is you're way up there. Then you got 10 days to sit down and think about it.
All right, question. I want to ask Chris or Tip and T Will.
All right.
What you got?
All right. So Bijan, he gets 95 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a couple of catches, gets over 100 altogether. Do you want your running back running the ball only, or do you want the running back to have like a multi-purpose style where they can affect the game in the receiving game, in the running game?
Well, I want to have it both because both have shown the ability to do it. Yeah. Tyler was catching the ball out the backfield and running the ball before we even knew who Bijan Robinson was in the NFL world.
Oh, I agree.
And then honestly, I have said it. Smitty said it. Berto said it. We want to see Bijan and Tyler on the field at the same time because teams aren't going to know what to do.
I said it too.
I'm saying like they really not going to know what to do. Both of them have capabilities. It's like outside of their size and speed, they're almost interchangeable. Because they can do similar things. Tyler, I feel like is the better runner. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to hitting gaps, making cuts, and and moves and following block. I feel like Bijan dances a little bit too much. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like Bijan, we already know he's an all-world athlete.
He's a home run.
Yeah, he's definitely a home run hitter. I'm glad that both of them, if you look at the carries were kind of close by each other. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? That's cool right there. And put them out there in formations together. Stretch Bijan out wide. Have Tyler in the backfield. Folks gonna be like, all right, what the hell the Falcons about to do now?
And like you said, and Tip, like you just said, not just that. You could flip the switch by going Tyler, get out in the slot, and then you have Bijan really mess with their heads. But it's like, again, you have different ways of attacking. And that's why I remember I heard somebody talking about how, you don't want to have your running back to be an all-purpose weapon. And I'm going, excuse me?
Larry, what up, Dixon Way? How you doing, brother? Hopefully
0-2, baby. 4-2. 4-2 speed.
Can you join us? You know what? Hey, Larry, if you can join us, you know how I feel about it. I'm going to drop a link there.
We 4-2 speed over here.
Yeah. And Tip is playing with his newfound Panther cat that he bought.
Yeah, man. I'm out here walking my Panther, man. Yeah, he over there playing and he over here, sniffing out the grass and everything. He smell other animals.
Yeah. Look, you could name that cat Bryce because it won't grow anymore.
Oh wow!
Damn. No, he's definitely an adult now.
Wow! Way down.
But you know, I don't want to stunt his potential by calling him Bryce though.
Damn.
Or you want to stunt the growth of his potential. Yeah, we're going. Yeah. Don't worry, KP. I ain't gonna do you like that. I ain't gonna call you. Don't be like that.
He said we don't.
It's okay.
You know what? I gotta call
He
a
looking
penalty
at
on Chris for that's unnecessary rough. That's
Yeah,
15-yard
man.
penalty.
Look.
Unnecessary roughness on Chris. You didn't have to do him like
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to say tempered. That'd be wrong there. That would be
No,
wrong.
no. I don't want my Panther to be corrupt over here now. My goodness, going against me. You know,
wow.
Q and the Carolina podcasters would have a war about that one.
That's crazy, man.
Oh, like I said, guys, look up that show. We'll have to find the link and post it on there. But I mean, oh my God, it was freaking hilarious. Just
C-Dub, if you can find the link, drop it in there.
Yeah, I will. Oh my God, I still laugh at it every time
But no. So guys, we got Seattle coming up, right? Give me some of your must-dos for the Falcons going into this game, right? Give me some gotta have it's to continue this win streak and go to 4 in a row. And C-Dub, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts?
Well, here's what I'm going to say. First off, I gotta say the following is we've got to go and keep DK Metcalf and keep him where he's frustrated the whole time.
Okay.
I mean, because
how do we do that? How do we do that?
You're gonna have to have DJ. You're gonna have to have AJ Terrell on him. You're gonna have to have Mike Hughes maybe on him. Page maybe over cover. But I'm saying you're gonna have to make sure he doesn't get off. Everybody else, you got to watch out for Jackson and Jigba. But the reason why I say you make sure you do that to DK is because he can't hold it together. If he's getting shut out or if he's not getting the ball, man, I mean, look at the 49er game. It's almost like this. Look at the Dolphin game that he was in, that he was just dominating, just straight up eating on this team. Mm-hmm. He was eating, their mentals and all that good stuff. But then 49ers, he was pitching a his mouth guard being a binky is the best thing about him because, he was throwing a tantrum temper. I thought his diaper was soiled by the time it was done. He was, it's got a little binky thing. I'm like, what the? Are you a man? What the?
Wow.
What? I don't even care if you could buy that now. Stop.
And you know what? See, the sad part is he could have won that game because there's a pass to him, and we talked about it on the past show. But if he high points that ball,
yes,
I think he catches it on the 10, but he's sitting down waiting for the ball to hit him, and the defensive back just knocks it down. Dude, you're 6'5". Go up there and catch that ball. Go up there and high point that ball and bring it down. That's number one. The other one is he catches the ball in the end zone, doesn't get his feet down. Does not get his feet down. And I'm like, what are you? That's wide receiver 101, right?
He's a great player.
Yeah. You got to get that toe down. You get the foot down, drag the toe. Toe drag swag. So that's 2, right? Where he could have impacted the game. So, I mean, he couldn't have been mad with anybody but himself. I don't know what was going on, but hey, man, you got to look at what you can do. It's
got a body like Tarzan, but plays like Jane sometimes.
Right.
I mean, look, hold on. Has a body like Bill Goldberg, but acts like Bill Gilbert. Yeah. There's your difference.
Oh, come on, not Gilbert.
Got a body like
Gilbert.
And folks really was chanting Gilbert. That's the thing that tripped me out.
Damn.
Man, when Gunther came out, oh God, yeah. That was, man. Wrestling was fun those days. I'll tell you what. But anyway, but that's what I was saying. It's just when I think of this game, it's because he's the type of player that can affect the game. And if he's going, then Gino's going, and it's almost like Gino can then throw the ball all over the place. But if Gino can't get that guy,
Yeah.
And Gino's having to hear him whining and crying, and he wants to put the pacifier somewhere else, but he can't. But that's why I say to me it's DK, and you have to watch out for Kenneth Walker III, because that guy is a good running back, and
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, and our third downs, man. That's why I keep going back to it. We got to attack. I know that's the way we're supposed to be, is to, we bend it, but no break. Man, attack. If you got talent, go after these guys and make them feel some pressure. And I guarantee you, if you do that Benz is going to be pretty loud.
Yeah.
No, it is. It is. I feel like the Falcons, they have to use similar things that they did against Tampa, probably against Seattle, because I believe you can attack the middle of the field against them. I'm not really impressed by their linebacking core at all. So it's like if you can attack the middle of the field, maybe similar to what we were saying about Tyler Bijan, stretch them out, spread them out wide, use Kyle Pitts in line. It's like, okay, you have Kyle Pitts in line, you have Bijan over here stretched out wide. What the hell are the Falcons about to do? And we got this this questionable linebacking core right here. So it's just like their defense can be scored on. It really can't. So it's just like we just got to execute. I think that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to crowd noise, crowd participation, yes, but it's going to be coming down to the Falcons just executing. Again, since today I feel like it was a pretty balanced game. You had your quarterback throwing for over 200 yards. Got a touchdown. Could have had two, but Drake. That he ripped it out. He ripped it out of Drake's hand. So it is what it is. Good play by the cornerback. I got to give it what it is. But I think that this offense, we can definitely move the ball on the Seahawks. We just got to make sure that we contain these other guys. Like, it's going to be a group effort against a big old guy like DK. We also got to make sure that we keep an eye on the speedster. Even though he's older now, he's still, send a speedster for him, and Tyler Lockett. And then they also have my other man. I always mess his name up, so I'm just going to say my man with the two last names.
Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson. Jackson N.
I messed it up too. Don't feel bad.
JJN or whatever, however they like to call him. But yeah, you got because that guy he's a sleeper. So if you let him end up going off, he helps open up the rest of the offense. Because now you got to start looking at him. Now DK like, all right, let me get some opportunities over here, and they start trying to spread the ball around along with running the ball. But I'm mostly worried about Kenneth Walker just because the Falcons run defense. So that guy he has shown that he will score 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdowns at a time, in a game if he's on a roll. So our run defense is going to be very important. And of course, we got to attack the middle of the field. We got to attack the Seahawks. I don't believe the 49ers are a better team than us. And I also believe that was a division game too. So at the end of the day, I think the Falcons should go ahead and take care of business. But you already know, everybody's going to do their deep dive. We're going to all do our analysis, look at games, look at film and everything, and then come back to everybody this coming week. I already know it, about Seahawks and Falcons, because it's going to be interesting. Falcons can possibly be 5-2 after this game, man.
Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another superstar. So not only do we have C-Dub and Chris A1, but we got the Dixon Wade, ladies and gentlemen, man of all sports, all genres, able to do it all. Sir, how you doing? Welcome to the show. What's up with your Dixon Wade? How you doing? How you feeling?
Talking about we all superstars, baby. We 4-2.
Yeah, we all superstars, man. Just got through eating my first plate of king crab leg.
Oh, okay. I thought. Okay, I like
got a
that.
whole platter.
You doing it right.
Amen.
I already know who to shout out about that. So just salute to her.
Way to be gritty. Good halftime adjustments by Jimmy Lake.
Yes.
Whatever they did, and we've been doing that all season.
Yes, we are.
Because they only scored 3 points in the second half. So while we were disappointed, we also got to break it down. That fumble was not necessary. Ray trying to stretch out and get more yards, but he already had the first down. He's stressed out, fumbled the ball. They got a short field, went down and scored. So really, truthfully, the defense only gave up one legitimate drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we was
First
getting gutted like a fish up and down the field, but we capitalized. Shout out to AJ Terrell, finally get a pick.
Yes, there's a God in heaven.
You know, like it was a handful of butter right here. You know what I'm saying? Garlic butter. So,
Hold KP back.
Hey, fellas, AJ can catch.
it was. Imagine that.
Yeah.
But no, shout out to
Who
AJ.
knew?
Shout out to AJ. He was so happy. He did a Super Bowl run around the field and threw the ball up.
Yes, he
You know what I'm
did.
saying? Like, I don't even care about having this ball. I just so happy that I finally got an interception.
Right.
So that
Yeah,
was a huge,
and I'm happy for him.
That was a Willie B size gorilla on his back that he got off his back. So
Boy, listen, didn't he look like Steve Young without the Super Bowl win?
for real, like he took a victory lap. Like he took a victory lap. Like I was like, yeah, because if he didn't get that pick, we won't be talking about him because he got barbecue fricasseed on that touchdown. So
I told folks he was having a very mediocre game before that.
Shout out to Clark Phillips, who actually got to go out there when he was rested and went out and got him some cookies also. Could have took him to the house. He was like, you know what? I don't feel like coming back out here. I'm sliding. He easily could have scored. We could have scored 45 points last night or tonight. But you know what? That's a smart play. I appreciate the kid. Smarter than that is a heads-up veteran move. That he's just like, you know what? This is it. You know what I'm saying? They got no more timeout. Look up. No more timeout. Slide. Game over. You know what I'm saying? So, excellent game in the second half by the defense. First half was much to be desired. Still, we had Nate back, but he was still, you know, trying to knock the rust off. Look rusty. Also, it's not just our middle linebackers giving up the run, man. Our defensive line is not. We don't have anyone that occupy two blocks. When you run the 2-3, when you run the 3-4 defense. You need that big hog like Vita in the middle. It's going to take up two blocks because literally,
thank you.
The guards are getting up to the second level way too fast. You know what I'm saying? They help chip the center, and then they're up to the second level like that. And our linebackers, man, when you really look at it, yes, our linebackers need to learn how to peel and navigate the line, but also we got to have somebody down there that can actually occupy two blockers. Shout out to Judah, who's putting his heart and guts out there. He's almost getting there, but if he had pressure on the other side,
who get held every week.
Like someone else would be getting sacks if somebody could get pressure on the other side. Like on an Evercaddy, I'm still looking at the milk carton's still out there. So
I'm looking for him.
Keep looking, man.
Lorenzo Carter needs to be cut.
Almost.
He needs to be cut for missing that sack. I mean, I hate to say that because I don't want to see nobody lose their job, but at the very least, he needs to go to the bench. Play Rukaroro. Play Rukaroro.
Yep.
Play Rukaroro. I mean,
Rook almost got a sack. If Andy Dalton holds it for just a half a second more, Rook gets a sack fumble.
Yeah. So play Rook. I seen more hunt of the quarterback from Rook than I've seen from Carter or Evercaddy this entire season. Guess what? Richie Grant was a wasted second round pick. So was Arnold Evercaddy.
Yes.
We got
what it is, dog.
Hopefully Troy turns it around so it won't be a trifecta of second round picks that are trash. But
we've already had that, Larry. You forget like what Marlon Davidson and all those.
Jalen Mayfield.
I'm just saying.
Jalen Mayfield.
All I'm talking about is under Terry. All I'm talking about is under
Terry. No problem.
So, but yeah, right now, man, I really believe if we get out like we talked before, we go out and get Myles Garrett, or Max Crosby, or even Hutchinson from if the Bengals lose, and to be able to match Chase Young, they're gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to share salary. So if we can get Hutchinson, not Hutchinson, what's his name?
Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, if we can get Hendrickson, that'll work too.
I like him.
I'm looking at Alonjale. I'm looking at Alonjale on the Giants. He got 2 sacks tonight.
Yeah. He got a couple sacks.
Yeah, and he's younger. So again, if I'm looking at the landscape of teams that we can probably pilfer, if we get Myles Garrett, we're going to the Super Bowl, guys.
Oh,
You,
without a doubt.
Mhm.
Without a doubt. But
I'll
We're,
tell
we're going to the Super Bowl.
let me ask you this: do you think Cleveland would really trade him?
If they want to get a rebuild, they could. You know, if you look,
They still have
if
Deshaun
you
Watson they got
got
to deal with.
look, they still got to pay Deshaun Watson.
do who?
Mhm.
You mean Massage Watson?
Hey,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, they got to pay him though, brother. That's
he
the
got
be
a
the
fully
thing.
guaranteed contract. They can't do nothing but pay him. You know what I'm saying? Now they may draft a quarterback next year, but they still got to pay him. I'm not paying Myles Garrett all that money to lose. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Same thing with Max Crosby with the Raiders. Now the thing about the Raiders is that they got one piece on offense with Brock Bowers, and they
Yeah.
got Max Crosby. But yeah, if I got to choose, you know what I'm saying, then if I got to,
And to add to that point, Larry,
yeah,
we would have to send somebody like a Kyle Pitt, Drake London back.
well, back out.
I'm trading Kyle in a second.
I'm packing his bags. Me and Ron.
That's
We'll
not
get the movie truck.
Yeah. I'm just saying to even get the salary even close to
I'm
what
not-
it could even be. Because you still going to have to make moves even after that.
Well, yeah,
Just for the contract for Max.
That's fine. But
Kyle,
I
I
get
love
Max doing it.
Yeah.
Kyle.
If I can get, see, the thing is trying to trade Kyle because they already got him Joku, or you know what I'm saying, Brock Bowers. So I don't even know if they want.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's the problem. I don't want to give up on Drake because I think Drake is the number one wide receiver.
Oh yeah, Drake's good.
You cannot give up Drake London.
No, you're not giving up
On a
Drake.
rookie contract, you cannot give up Drake
No.
London.
You might have to give up Tyler or Bijan. You might have.
Nah,
to.
you give up Kyler before
You get-
anything else. Or not
they
Tyler,
probably-
Kyler.
Honestly, both teams would probably want Tyler Algier because both teams have questions at running back.
Yeah.
I'm
Here's
not
the thing.
Tyler. I'm
Here's
not.
the thing. The money. Well, look. You say you're not giving up Tyler, but again, this is a rarity that our offensive. Shout out to Kirk Cousins telling the offensive coordinator to run the damn ball.
Yeah.
Shout out because he was like, Kirk said in the press conference, he was like, Zach asked me what he wanted to do. I was like, well, our guys are running at like a 6 yard per clip every carry. Let's run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He said, okay, so Kirk made that
I
call.
was mad that one time we threw it on the goal. I said, why are we throwing the ball? Get the ball
That's
back
Zach
to Tyler Algier.
Robinson. And Zach Robinson is a Madden player, obviously. So that's what he'd like to do. But if Kirk Cousins telling you, hey, man, I don't have to throw for all those yards, so we're being that effective on running. He said, we pass. He said, we pass to get the lead. We run to secure the lead. So let's run the ball.
Hello.
That clock's running.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He said, also, it make it easy for me when we run the ball. I run play action, man. They're sucking up. I get easy throws in the back of that zone. So, yeah, it's just easier. So, run the ball. That's what I want to do. So, he pretty much told Zach, like, that's what I want to do. Like, I don't want to sit here and throw the ball 50 times a game. Like, that's nice. But I don't have to throw for 500 yards every game. I just want to. And if we're running the ball like that, run the damn ball. So
run the darn ball, man. I'm so glad that we did that. Oh, KP, you know what I'm saying? He's saying keep pounding.
Yeah, okay, good. I like KP.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my pet panther. I got a pet panther over here now, Larry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm walking them right now.
Are you gonna try to get a Seahawk too next week?
Man, I'm putting in an order, man, but them things are damn near extinct. You know what I'm saying? You just to be able to try to buy one. It just, they
get one with a pinky.
They like to leave them in the wild, but I'm gonna try to see if I can get me a Seahawk.
You can get a Seahawk.
But man, I'm about to start me a damn zoo.
Hey,
but
Chris,
I got a question for y'all real quick.
No, Chris, I got
what you got? Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask mine after you.
No worries. Does anybody know anything about Crosby getting into it with his own staff today? Carlos saying that Crosby pushed his own staff today. Like anybody know anything about that?
I mean,
No, I did not. I did
you
not.
know he plays for the Raiders, so you know he's probably ticked off that they're losing like they are.
Crosby.
I mean,
oh yeah, come on, Crosby.
yeah, exactly. You know, look. If someone tells me, well, I don't know how he's going to be, he might not. He might not be Falcon play. Shut up! I want him here. I want him here yesterday.
For real. Get Max Crosby.
Yeah.
Yes.
On the other side.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You can do that pinch, man. Like Larry, you was talking about the other night. You can pinch it. You can pinch the offense.
Yeah.
Pinch the.
Yeah.
And then Grady started eating.
Man, look,
Hey, Grady blew up a couple of plays. No, Grady did good,
Grady
man.
Back
But
to his old self, and I just
man,
Green too. Like we ain't heard nothing from Grady, you know. And I was explaining, I was like, we got to get Grady to get active, and then boom, boom, boom. I was like, okay, that's the Grady that I like to see.
Yeah, man, he disrupted.
Yeah, the radio station brought up how Aruke and Grady have been playing better together versus not Aryamata, but it was the other person that was playing. I think Robinson or something. I can't remember. The guy that kept retiring every year.
My man. You know Eddie Kane.
Yeah.
As T. Will would say, Eddie Kane.
Oh, he's like, I'm out. But yeah, but I'm telling you, play Aruke. I mean, if that's going to help, I mean, I want to.
Rook is hungry, y'all.
Yeah, and I want to get guys that want to just make plays. You know, rotate these guys. If Carter can't get to the damn quarterback, man, Troy, can you run?
He did get there. He got there and whipped.
Yes,
man, bro. I just knew we had that sack.
Just like Dupree, Bud last year. I called him almost because he almost had a sack. He led the league in almost.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you though. If we had Bud now, I bet you we had more sacks because we'll be able to pinch.
We definitely have more sacks with Bud Dupree.
Because if Bud is almost getting there, you got Judon on the other side. Somebody getting
I get what you're saying. I get.
Hell, if we had Calais, we still had Calais, we'd get more push.
Calais, man, played like
that's real.
Yeah,
and Calais played good in the run game too.
Mm-hmm.
Something that Judon does right now. He playing good in the run game. He's cleaning up things, and like I said, he doesn't just have a running mate to let him tee off like he wants to.
Not Boo. I'll be up in there in a minute.
We just don't have that just yet. I got a question for you guys though. Do you guys agree with Clark Phillips III downing the ball instead of just scoring the touchdown?
Yes, I do agree with it. Because
I did too.
Even if you score it there, and I know this is a remote possibility, right? It's the most remote of remote, but you still give them back the ball, which gives them an opportunity to work some sort of miracle. If you just stop right there, they have no timeouts. Game's over.
Game over.
Game over.
So look, I'm about winning. I'm about winning, right? So I 100%.
Now, you know what I will say though? Being a guy that's drafted in the 5th round, having a pick 6 would look good when you go into the negotiating table. Again, but overall, that was a selfless, heady play for a second-year player. And he really gets to play. So for him to literally have a pick 6 and sacrifice that is going to go a long way with the coaches.
It is. It's going to go further.
I will say this. Did I agree with it? No. I wanted him to run it in, because like Larry just said, man, pick 6, man. It's, the defense gets a touchdown. You know how that goes. But the fact that he slid, and my first thought was, I guess he doesn't want his guys to get back on the field. We're going to run this thing out. And we did. I liked it. I thought at the end I liked it. But at first I was just like, come on, dude. You could have – it's for you. This was your opportunity. But I like that he did it. Now, next time, if the opportunity shows up, man, run it in there. But you know what?
If you grab the cookies,
don't
sit in the garbage.
Yeah, no. Look, if you get cookies, you're going to eat the cookies. I'm speaking from an experienced fat man here. I would eat the cookies. we all would eat cookies. So don't just take it for granted, man. But I thought that was pretty. And look, not only that, Phillips, man, made not just that play, but made that awesome play after the block punt, because there were quite a few Panthers just looking at the ball for decorations. Yeah. And I was stunned how quick he picked it up and went past the ball.
Took off running. Yep. He did exactly what he was supposed to, because I was yelling like, somebody please pick up the ball. Yeah. And then here comes Clark. Here comes Clark swooping in like I was like my second year cornerback is the one that has the heads up play. And I love it, man. Clark
got
Phillips,
a lot of awareness.
He's going to he has his IQ, man. His awareness is up. And I enjoyed him down in the ball for one reason, because Larry already touched on it, honestly, about it going a long way with the coaching staff, being a selfless player. He will get more playing time now. You better bet you're behind on that. Yeah. And then also another reason why I enjoyed it is because for the first time, and I don't know how long, the Falcons were in the best formation known to football. Victory formation.
Yes.
I want us to get used to victory formations.
Agreed. It's a nice play.
Agreed.
I want to get used to stuff like that.
Tyler Algiers being the workhorse of the Bulldogs at the end of the game. Their defense. They didn't want Nam parts of that.
Yeah.
Nam parts.
Yeah. It's like if Bijan is running and then at the end you put in Algier, think about how the defense has to now go, all right, look, we have to now get our tongues back in and try to get some strength to drop that guy. And he's running with evil intentions. I mean, and by the way, to all those that were maybe wondering if I would be willing to trade Tyler, I keep Algier as long as I can. You have an advantage at running back with those two.
Well, you're gonna have to trade Bijan then.
Well, I'm just saying between those two running backs, I don't want to give up on any of them. But look, Larry, it's called negotiating. I got to work a deal. So if I got to throw in somebody, I'll throw in somebody. But I'm going to try my best not to throw in my best pieces. Come on now.
I feel you on that, but I'm telling you right now how much I really like Algiers. I will drive him on a unicycle to Vegas.
Yeah, so he on a unicycle. It don't matter if he got to go to Vegas or Cleveland.
With the horn or
no horn. Now imagine me with a whole bunch of luggage in my hand riding on a unicycle.
Yeah. Larry, I wouldn't want to do that to you, man.
Exactly.
No, I wouldn't want to do that to you. That's what I'm saying. Because first of all, Algier is a big man anyway, so you know. I don't want you riding that far,
But that's
luggage and Algier.
Algier just looks. You're taking me to where? On that? I'll take Uber.
But I honestly, like C-Dub said, man, if I can give a draft pick and maybe like lesser players or something like that, then so be it. Yeah, I'll do that. Or players that we possibly may move on from anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? But like Algiers is not one of those players. The problem is, like you touched on it before, they already have tight ends. So it's just hard to, negotiate Kyle Pitts unless you're going to negotiate Kyle Pitts and extra assets. But you can go to
the Giants or the Bengals.
What you say, T. Will?
Just added Jack Spade, brother Jack Spade. How you doing, man? You
there? What up, Jack? Spade, what it do, man?
Yo, what up? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Yeah, I'm out here walking my pet panther, Jack. Yeah, man.
Keep pounding them Panthers, man. They hated me hearing that shit today, but I kept saying this shit 1,000 times. Keep pounding them Panthers.
Yeah, man. Went ahead and it came in right before the game was over, man, and I'm out here giving it a walk now.
Who they bring out to hit the drum? They brought like Derek Barnett or somebody out to hit the drum.
He bust a hole in it.
The dude thought he got the crowd excited, and then Kirk Cousins went out there and tacked on 2 more touchdowns on their ass.
All right.
The Panther fans sick, bro. Like I can't. I'm trying to keep Panther fans engaged most of the game, and like they know their team is ass, bro. So they're just like, what do you want to do? Like they know that, bro. The fan behind me kept yelling out the red rifle, the red rifle. I said, who the fuck is the red rifle?
Opie!
Said Andy Dalton. I said backup quarterbacks have nicknames. I said, get out of here. I said the red rifle. I said, all right, man. I said, well, Kirk Cousins, you know, and you can hear it over their broadcast when you walk through the hallways. They talk about Kirk Cousins being a stationary quarterback, and for his age, you know, he shouldn't be able to, stay this long in the pocket, and the Panthers need to generate pressure. But what they won't say on their broadcast, the Falcons have a good damn team. We gave up no sacks today. Once again, another game, not just the first game. This ain't the first game of the season. Another game where we gave up no sacks. So,
yes, sir. Shout out to that offensive line, baby, and Ryan Newzeal.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. You got to forget about Bijan and Tyler Algier almost hitting 200 on them. Tyler had 105. Bijan went for 95. Drake London again continues to eat another consecutive game with 50-plus yards. Man, this team is something else, man. I was running around the stadium saying, this is gonna be the NFC champs, man. Like it or love it, man. It's the new NFC champs today.
Let's get it.
A lot of them put their faces down, man. They couldn't believe that the Falcons, after 6-7 years, are back. They couldn't believe it. And we showed them today.
Hey,
Did you?
Jack, we actually did have 200 yards between them.
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins was -5.
We had 198.
No. Kirk Cousins had -5.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins had the -5.
And then Ray had like -3 or 4, right?
Yeah.
They actually had 200.
Yeah,
between those two, they actually had 200. Yeah.
So technically, you ran the plays that you needed to run. Now the first half was kind of funky, man. But then
it was
again,
too close.
That's how it is. It's a rival game. But I'm just concerned about no sacks, man. You had Andy Dalton a couple of times.
Brother.
That contain whatever those stunts that they're doing, man, is giving quarterbacks a second opportunity to get out the pocket.
Yeah.
We saw it with Baker, we saw it with Jalen Hurts. We can't do that, man.
Saw it with Mahomes.
They did it with Mahomes. Like they'll surround.
They'll do it with Gino.
They'll surround the quarterback. They just won't flush the quarterback. Like the quarterback has some type of pocket to get up the field. And Andy could have did it a couple times. In fact, the Carolina Panther fan behind me told me if we would have had a mobile quarterback, you guys could have been torched today. Because Andy Dalton is not a guy to get out the pocket and run up the field. But
they had their preschooler out there.
That is true, and then but they next week we got Geno Smith. We got Geno Smith next week. He's gonna throw the ball 40-50 times. He's been doing it all season.
Yeah, they like to pass the ball out there.
Well, also, he's a mobile quarterback in a sense. He can't escape the pocket, so I wouldn't leave him.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And then the week after that, you got to go back and play Baker Mayfield. So it's kind of like if you don't flush that pocket and generate some sacks, today was the day to go out there. Terry, remember I told you, Terry, we had to get a dominating win. We got the dominating win, but we didn't get no sacks, man. This was the day to get the dominating win. I know AJ had a pick and Jesse had a pick. That's cool. The interceptions will come because our secondary is on fire. But we ain't got no sacks, man.
Yeah, bro.
So
that's what I was saying. I said in our preview, man, if we can't generate any sacks, because my thing is I know we're going to get quarterback hits. I know we're going to get pressure. My thing is if we can't generate sacks against this beat up offensive line, we got problems. We did not generate any sacks. I'm telling y'all, we got problems.
We got to go out.
I don't even know if it's a trade deadline move to make, but you got to get some new defensive plays, some new scheme out there. That 3-4 is nice. I mean, you're winning games. Nobody's complaining about winning games.
Yeah.
Sacks out there.
Hey guys, breaking news. Are you there? Breaking news. So
Falcons traded for Myles Garrett.
No, Larry said he would ride Tyler Algier out on a unicycle, and
what?
I think we have video of this of Larry riding Tyler Algier out on a unicycle.
What? Oh, wow. This is awesome.
What?
I have been wanting to see this. Hold on. We got to see this commercial first. So.
What?
Here we go. Look at Larry.
Y'all folk crazy.
Larry, bro.
No, you broke up. I couldn't even hear you.
Mountain unicycle.
Larry riding a unicycle. Take it.
I'm kidding. So,
Oh, okay. The unicycle. Oh, okay.
yeah.
There it is.
So,
There it
so
is.
we were talking, Jack, and Larry was saying, look, man, in order to get who was it? Miles Garrett, he'd ride Tyler Algier out of town on a unicycle.
Him or Max Crosby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he said. So
Yeah.
We got two good running backs, man. We got a quarterback that is moving the chains. I feel confident. I think somebody posted already. This is the first time since 2016 the Falcons have been 4-2. That was our Super Bowl run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I had seen that myself this past weekend.
Man, let me tell you something. At the beginning of the season, we're over here worried about the 49ers and all this shit. Nigga, teams better be worried. I'm sorry. Teams better be worried about us. I've been drinking, man. We had a tailgate and shit, man.
You good? What you apologizing for?
I seen you still up with it at 2 a.m.
Hey,
we had a
get
blast, man.
crunk.
Like,
Dude, if I was with you, I'd be walking around shirtless like, J.R. Smith. Be like, what's up, everybody?
Yo, let me tell you something, man. This is a good feeling when you win, but you're winning consecutively now. Now we have a 3-game win streak. We can go beat Seattle. We can go touchdown with Seattle. And Seattle's on a 3-game losing streak. And they got to fly all the way from Seattle to Atlanta. So let's
they got it. Yep.
We saw what happened to the Saints today. So that's, we got to play them in a couple weeks. We got to play the Bucs in a couple weeks. You can win this division. I tell you, man, you can outrun the South before Christmas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the plan.
You can outrun
I think the Bucs got the Ravens next.
You can outrun.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. You can outrun the South before the bye week.
Guys,
Yeah.
we are the number 2 seed right now. Playoff.
Yes, sir.
And then we have a bye. And it's 3
games
to the
we get
Super
the
Bowl.
home game, so that's good.
No, it's 3 games to the Super Bowl.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll get it.
Sign me up, champ.
Now the number 2 seed in the NFC now.
Sign me up, champ.
Sam, I look like a Lego policeman officer is not going to keep playing that way.
And we get to play.
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
At the beginning of the season, Michael Penix will play this season because they're going to rest Kurt. And Penix going to get a game.
It's going to be that Panthers game, man. That Panthers game at home is going to be Penix all day long.
No, I wouldn't do it. I just let it keep going.
No.
Yeah.
No,
don't to be honest with you, if I had to choose, if anything, Kurt is going to start the game, and if we have the game in hand, then maybe bring Penix in for garbage time, and that's about it. Now,
what if you're 14-2? What if you don't lose a game up? What if you don't lose a game up until that?
Look at Larry.
Come on,
Larry. Give you the Shannon Sharp. Nope. Okay, so we've seen this happen with Brian Snicker and the Braves. So we just
I knew you were going there. I knew you were going there, Larry. And it's the truth though.
Hey, man,
it's the truth though.
No.
The Braves and United sacrificed their season for the Falcons.
Hey, y'all, I gotta say what's up to Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve, what's up, guys? Could y'all
I'm supposed to be up here too, man. Where you at?
Next time.
What Steve say? What did he say?
He said, let him in the luxury suites next time when you travel out of town. He said you wouldn't let him.
Yeah, he was knocking on the door, and apparently you wouldn't even let him in. Come on, man. Why'd you do your uncle like that?
I know you didn't do that.
Every time I make it down to row 1, Uncle Steve seems to be there. So it's like, what is going on here? I thought I had a special access, but now Uncle Steve's there before me. So
hold on. This is our uncle. This is our family. You can't do that to Uncle Steve now. You know he's gonna put a sounder on you.
Hey, it was great seeing Uncle Steve. Let me tell you something quickly before I get up out of here, man. The fan base, the Falcons screaming ATL chants, the Falcons turning around, Arthur Blank turning around and seeing it, Rich McKay right down there. They understand that this team has something special, man. You can see them on the sideline. You can see the energy, the chemistry between the players, Raheem, the coaches. Everybody's fired up, and it's just looking good right now, man. We just got to continue on this path of success. It's been a while since we had a 3-game winning streak. It's been a while since we've been in first place and held it down. Like now we're holding down first place. Like this is some real shit. This feels like 2016 for real, and it really makes you think about the future. If let's just say this plays out in the best way, and then next year you have Kirk Cousins, and let's just say you get to year 3 and year 4, do you let Kirk Cousins go? Do you want to keep him here until he's done playing? Could he be like an Aaron Rodgers here in Atlanta for the next 3 to 4 years? I know people want to see Penix, but if Kirk keeps having this level of success and he wants to keep playing football, would you keep him here that long?
You would have
He's
to.
already
If
36.
Kirk get us the Super Bowl, you would have to keep him.
You would have.
Kirk an NFC championship gets you to the Super Bowl. Let's just say he wins the division 2 or 3 times. Does that qualify enough for him to stay here until he wants to finish playing football?
I think. I think he will retire. I think. Like if we won the Super Bowl within 2 years, I think he will retire because
I think I'm with Larry on that.
Yeah, I really think he will retire. Like, what else would he do? He's already living in the city where his family-in-law.
Yeah.
Like, what would he
say? I'm going to run it back.
Anything else to prove? I mean, him winning the Super Bowl in here will probably cement him in the Hall of Fame.
Kirk said, "I'm going to run it back and try to get 2."
He's gonna be Kirk
I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about like if we get to the NFC Championship this year, and then we make the necessary moves in the offseason and go really all in. You know what I'm saying? Move some stuff around. And then, hey, this is the year we're going. Everybody know they roll. We picked up this, that, and the third. Because, I mean, Michael Parsons could be on the chopping block since Dallas. They're playing horrible defense right now. Look, I would prefer Myles Garrett or Max Crosby, but third, I would like Michael Parsons. Because we should have drafted him anyway.
Oh, let me get
indeed.
And they would take Kyle Pitts because they really don't have a tight end like that.
Let me do my Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, 100%. I like that, Larry. I like that.
That can happen. No, that can happen this season, guys.
No, Parsons can. Yeah, we can have Parsons in a minute.
But is it really the player? Is it really the player, or is it the coaching? Is it the play calling on defense? Because we've done a lot to not get to the quarterback, man. We've done a lot.
It's the coaching, man. It's the coaching.
I see David pushing. I see Arnold. Arnold was there like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, you talking about us, Jack?
Yeah. You talking about us?
Us.
Us.
You talking about us?
Look,
why are we not generating any sacks? Like I don't.
We can't. We don't have the
players. We don't have the personnel.
We don't have.
We already got a small front for what we're running.
Maybe
we're in the wrong scheme
over there, but really and truthfully, like Grady and Roro look like they work well off each other.
Mm-hmm.
Judon is a dog over there, but we need somebody else to pinch that other side. Like Arnold Ezekedi or Lorenzen Carter could actually hunt the quarterback, they will be having sacks because Judon is forcing them to him, and they're not doing anything, man.
Yeah,
they're literally like non-factors. So. If we had anyone on,
it's a handicap. It's a handicap for the offensive line.
If we had Myles Garrett, I promise you, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I promise you.
A couple times they keep getting away from Judon because he's pushing the hell out of that tackle. He's moving him out. He's moving him out of there. But the other side, you can't get to him.
And that's your problem.
Imagine having someone like Myles Garrett or Max Crosby who did,
or Hendricks from the Bengals.
Who demand now? Hendricks don't demand the double team no more, but those 2 guys demand the double team. Imagine having a defense when you now have someone that demands a double team. Now Grady is free. Now Layman is free. He ain't got nobody coming over in his way. You know what I'm saying? Now we can get to the running backs quicker because those guys aren't peeling off and getting straight to our linebackers because that's what's going on. We got a 3-4. But offensive linemen don't have anyone that's going to occupy 2 people. You know, it's 5 offensive linemen. You know, all you have to do is just guard or block one side, pull that guy, and you got a wide open hole every time against the 3-4 if your linebackers don't know how to shed blocks like that. And that's what's happening to the Falcons straight up the gut. If you have a guy like Myles Garrett, if you line him right up by Judon, who you going to double team?
Yeah, good luck with that.
And by the way, Trey Hendricks also has a sack, and he has 3. So he would lead our team with sacks.
Yeah. So, I mean, to me, man, you get someone like that.
That's sack envy.
Or a Longele, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to look at teams who are like 2 and 3 are going to be 2 and 1, 4. I mean 1 and 4, or ain't won a game. I'm starting to look at their rosters and be like, what can we fleece from them to say, hey, here's our number 1 pick, our first round pick, because we don't care. It's going to be. We try to make the NFC Championship game, so that pick is late pick. We don't care about the F them picks. You know what I'm saying? If we're trying to get to the Super Bowl, if I'm telling you guys, if we get Myles Garrett, we're going to the bowl and we win it, because we almost beat Kansas City without having a pass rush.
Yeah.
Think about that. We almost beat them without a pass rush. We get Myles Garrett on the other side of Matthew Judon, it's a wrap. With the 2 best safety tandems in the league, it's a freaking wrap. It's a wrap.
You really, and also something else. It would also help out the fact that we lack depth at linebacker. So it would also help that fact too. It would cover that pretty much almost right on up.
Jack went back to drinking, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, man, he's having a great time and he deserves it. All Falcon fans deserve it.
Rise up, tour, man.
Everybody's meal should taste extra good after a win.
You know what I'm saying? So,
he's having bad reception, guys. He just sent me a chat, so
okay.
Jack, we appreciate you for joining. We really do. We appreciate you for joining.
Yeah.
So Dixon Way, your top 3 would be Myles, dude from Oakland, and
Max Crosby,
and Micah Parsons.
And Micah Parsons, yes.
In that
Alonzo will probably be 4th from the Giants, and then
he's like the wild card for me.
Huh?
All right.
The wild card.
John DeLay. I can't say his name.
Bulldog, yeah.
Yeah. He's like the wild card for me. Honestly, it's Garrett, Parsons, and then Crosby for me. And the only reason for Crosby is because you have to move a few mountains, just for that contract. That's the only thing.
True.
That's the only gripe. The only gripe, though. That's it.
True. I mean, but I'm just thinking, man, like that's my wish list. I didn't say it was gonna be realistic. None of it is.
We just shooting the breeze, man.
Micah Parsons thing is we're gonna have to pay him a boatload, and these past 2 seasons have not been good for him. So you might. It just depends on what agent he has. You might be able maybe to get him lesser than what he thought he was going to get.
Yeah, I'm sending Jesse Bates, Justin Simmons, and Matthew Judon and Grady Jarrett to the meeting to talk to Parsons.
Well, guys, I don't know if you guys realize this. I thought about it. Next year it's going to be Jesse Bates' contract year. Y'all do understand that?
Mm-hmm.
He only signed a 3-year deal.
Yeah, indeed.
So I mean, the first thing I'm really trying to do is extend him. The second thing I'm trying to do is figure out some way that, I mean, if Kirk is winning, we really can't even justify getting rid of him. But really, the math says we can't have him more than 2 years. The math says we can't if we're going to really build a Super Bowl team, because you just pay AJ, okay? Judon is on the prove year, so is Simmons. I want to keep that safety tandem. I don't know about you. I want to keep that safety tandem. That 2 high safety is the beast, and we drop one in the box. Either one can cover. You know what I'm saying? Their zone. So, and both are excellent tacklers. So, but yeah, if I'm doing anything, and remember, if we get these guys, this is win it all this year. This ain't, hey, we worried about the future. This is win it all this year. You win it, guess what? We got a parade on Peachtree. Ain't nobody caring about how we gonna, put it together next year. We finally got our parade. We finally won it. So,
for real.
So
a lot of Falcon fans, that's all we looking for. Was a parade.
That's what I was saying with Crosby. But again, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, because he's young. I think that
how old is Parsons?
I think Parsons is like 26, 25, something like that.
25, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, like him and Pitts came in the same year.
Okay.
So, yeah, man, I just look at it like, man, if you can get a young talent like that, pass rusher wise. Now he's not great against the run.
No.
That's why I would rather have Myles Garrett because he's just a beast.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Fame candidate right now. So
Mhm.
if I'm looking at it, man, if we can get another Cleveland player to come in here and help us go to the Super Bowl, then damn it, make it
A
happen.
la Alex Mack.
Exactly. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. Like, we got opportunity right here, man. And I saw one time I did watch Get Up. Mike Tannenbaum said the Falcons need to go get Reddick. I know we're not going to get Hassan Reddick.
No, I don't want that problem. That's the problem.
But see, that's why I'm saying outside of that, look for something else. Because
So-
he's not going to play unless he get paid.
No.
If your agency drops you, that means that he's dead set on. I don't care what the agency say. I don't care what the owner say. You know what I'm saying, most likely the owner was trying to say, "Hey man, come in, we'll work some deal." He's like, "F that, I'm not coming in. If I come in, I lose all my leverage." So it kind of is. I don't even know if he's gonna play football next year unless he get a deal. So he might just talk himself out of the NFL, to be honest. And I'm not trying to get somebody who's been sitting down for a whole year. AKA, look at Deshaun Watson. He's not the same player ever since he's been out there.
Le'Veon Bell too.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell too. When you sit out that long and you think you just get on the horse or get on the bicycle, the unicycle, and ride it, nope, you can't. You're gonna be falling all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wouldn't touch Hassan Reddick with a 10-foot pole. But yeah, the other guys, if we can get them, especially this season, guys, go ahead, go for the gusto. If they're gonna come up off of it, I'm calling them, just asking. I'm calling them and saying, "Hey, man, are you guys interested in trading him for a first round, a second round of next year?" You know what I'm saying? Or a first and second and a third and a fifth next year. Are you guys interested in that? If
So here,
we can talk. Plus Algiers or plus Cal Pitts, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? They probably want Algiers too because you never know what's going to happen with Nick Chubb and his health. So again, guys,
yeah. So I'll tell you, my three is simple. It's either. I mean, I like Garrett because look, let's be honest, he's a franchise kind of guy. All right, you get him, you know what you're getting. But I'm also going to stick with Max Crosby because that guy is legit. He's 27, and he just plays through every echo of the whistle. And I like a guy like that. And then it's like, I like Micah Parsons. I don't know if he would be available. I don't know if we can fleece Jimmy or Jerry. It's more like I'm wondering. If we could, I wouldn't be mad. But the reason I keep bringing up Hendricks also is he used to be a Saint when Terry was there. So I'm wondering maybe that can be something too. Some backdoor kind of deals, That's all. Because Terry is drawn to getting guys that he's a little bit familiar with.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. That's a good point. That's a good point. So obviously we got a move to make, right? I tend to agree with the Dixon way in that I feel like you got to go for it this year. You know what I mean? If you win against Seattle and you're 5-2, and you're sitting there, and the only weakness you have is you cannot sack the quarterback. You got to do something. For me, I'd rather lose picks. Like, I like having a 2-back system because you never know. So if it's me, I might offer a first and second round because hell, you're here now. You've built up in this moment. You're built up. The car's gassed up. Let's go, right? So if it's me, I might offer a first and a second. I agree a lot with what Larry said in that I want no parts of what's his name out of me. I want no parts of him.
No,
Hassan Reddick, yeah.
Want Hassan nor the Reddick.
Yeah.
I want no parts of him. I wouldn't mind. I think the Giants and Ogundeji might be cheaper. I don't know.
I would think so.
If you trade for Myles Garrett, it's going to hurt. it's going to be like it'll probably be a first, second, third, a long a finger.
That's why I said I got to give him Algiers or Bijan. That's the luxury right there.
Honestly, I'd give him Kyle. I'd give him Kyle, or it'd be
They don't need Cal. They got the
That ain't
best,
joking.
one of the best tight ends in all the
You know
league.
what? You know what? This is the Browns also. They're not operating on top level thinking. They probably would take a ham sandwich if we really are honest
I don't
about
think
this.
they'll be that dumb.
They just gave money to Mashaz Washington. So come on.
Hold on. I'm trying to remember what's the name of the defensive lineman that's on the Jets. They just Quentin what?
Quentin Jackson or Quentin Williams? Quentin Williams.
Yeah.
That would be a big body that can actually. Hold on, I'll look it up.
Man, look here, man. Look at here.
Yeah, Quentin Williams been a top defensive lineman for the past what? How long now?
Bro, look at here. We can get man. Stop. Again, man. We are one pass rusher away. Now, here's the thing, too, Will. I don't know if I want to give up my picks because think about it. We got a lot of guys that's on last year contracts. Like, what are we gonna do if we can't re-sign these guys?
Like Ray McLeod.
You make a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be able to replenish the cost. That's why I said, look, I can't look.
Like Rondale Moore, unfortunately.
We have a luxury. We have a luxury right now with Pitts or what's the name. Pitts ain't really moving the needle. And we got luxury with Tyler Algiers and Bijan.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I like both running backs. But if I could trade, I might get more for Bijan. Like, I might not have to give that much for Bijan. You know what I'm saying? So if the Raiders might be like, yo, you give us Bijan, we can make the money work with Crosby. We might even eat a little bit of it. But we definitely want Bijan. Because we want to team Bijan up with Brock Bowers. We feel like that's going to be a dynamic, and then we go and draft our quarterback because we're going to be horrible. Now we got, you know what I'm saying, we're going to get Shador. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get Quinn Ewers. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're looking at. So if you sit there and look at it, it's like, yo, we'll have a top-notch running back who's in his third season. That's cheap. Brock Bowers will be in the second season. Then we'll have a franchise quarterback. All we got to do is just draft that, and then the second round, or with the Falcons pick in the later half of the second round, pick the best offensive lineman we can get, you know, and build. You know, like that could be an easy fix. You know, you get Bijan and a first round pick, and they eat some of the salary. If you can make them eat like half that salary and pull a Crisea, like what Alex Anthopoulos did with Crisea, with Greece, man. Like they don't have a running back. So
I think the fan base will go crazy. Number one and number two. You're giving me high.
The first thing that's gonna be said, T. Will, you gotta remember is you gonna trade Bijan for a guy who can't stay healthy. You gonna trade Bijan for a guy who may be trouble in the locker room. Blah blah. Man, my thing is at the end of the day, Tyler is a very capable running back, and you still got another running back behind him. If you want to go get another running back, you will have plenty of opportunities in the draft.
Look, all I'm saying is right now we got a luxury.
And we do.
Pass rush. We have a luxury. We have no pass rush. Excuse me, my bad. We have two luxuries. We got two starting running backs in the NFL. And we got two starting quarterbacks on our roster. We got two bona fide safety, all pro safety. But safety, you know what I'm saying, they both can play that spot. The quarterback that we chose, I wanted Jared Verse. When we did that video chain, I wanted Jared Verse. Jared Verse is absolutely an animal this season. Okay. So, and everybody to a man said, okay, we didn't want to be one hit away from Kirk Cousins getting hurt and have Taylor Heineke as our starting quarterback. So that's why they went and got Penix. I understand it. But what I'm saying is when you did that, you can't have three luxuries on one team. You can't. I will keep the safeties because I think that makes us elite secondary. We're elite secondary right now.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I'm sorry. We will take our own headache. We're always talking about get Algier the ball more, or Bijan not getting more touches. Look here, you can eliminate all of that. Go get the dominant pass rusher you can. That is the biggest chip you have. I don't want to get rid of Bijan.
I wouldn't.
I
Because the moment
want
you trade,
Roro to play and him starting to get sacks. I
well,
want somebody else on this team besides Matthew Judon to get within a foot of the quarterback. That's what I want. That's what this team needs. If we could do that, this secondary is so good. If we could get pressure, most of the time when we give up big yards, it's because it's off a broken play. Quarterback rolls out and then cover for like 5 seconds, which is impossible. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's when we get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like if we had another pass rusher, oh my goodness, man. And to get a walking Hall of Famer to come on this, like, come on, man. I just don't see it. Like, we got the luxury right now, and I'm not advocating to trade any one of those guys.
Yeah.
I want them to be here.
Sorry, none of us are
Right now, we
advocating
ain't getting no pressure on the
that
outside,
at all.
guys.
that's why. Yeah, that's why. If
get pressure.
Terry, if he did trade, I'm telling you right now, everyone would look and say this man needs to be fired.
No.
Yeah, no. I'm just telling you, if it goes wrong,
You think
and
so?
Bijan lights it up, and then people like you traded the guy that we scratched our heads at that you picked at 8 overall, and now he's doing this, and now all I'm saying is this: when it comes to trading for a player of any magnitude, I would use the draft picks. I will also work any deal, but I'm also not bending and going and giving 2 potential weapons that we use on the regular, because then you ultimately beat
on the regular
yourself
dog.
too. Huh?
We use Bijan a lot, but we also are screaming to the hills that Algiers need more touches.
Hey, he had like 18, 19 today.
It's really rare that you have a luxury in today's football on any spot on the team, and you got to capitalize on it. Look at the case in point. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles 2 years ago, right? Defensive line was on point, got the most sacks in NFL history, lost in the Super Bowl, lost their opportunity. Now it seems like the window is closed, right? The window in the NFL opens and closes so fast like a screen door with a heavy spring. Look at the Falcons. You think we'll be set up for years. That window opened and shut just that fast. You know what I'm saying? We've been sitting here scuffling for almost 10 years. It's been 8 years since the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? It's been 7 years since we made it to the playoffs. So yeah, guys, that screen door playoff chance goes by quick. It goes in a blink of the eye. We are 4-2 right now. We're going. This is critical. We beat the Seahawks. We go to Tampa Bay. We can go on a 5-game win streak, guys. When the last time the Super Bowl here is the last time we went on a 5-game win streak. So again, we got an opportunity right now to bust a move, like a serious move. And Terry should be on the phone all the time. And you know what? The only heat Terry's going to take is that he took those guys and he didn't give them a chance to develop. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, if he's going to trade someone, what are you going to get? Are you going to get Myles Garrett for Tyler Algiers? No, you're not. And you're going to have to give up majority of your draft capital when you have to rebuild also. So not rebuild, but retool it and try to get players in here that can actually fill roles. Like Roro is going to play more next year. He's not going to be slot. He's going to have to play more. Most likely, Grady Jarrett's not going to be on this team next year. So this is the effort, all in, push all my chips in, man. This is the no limit hold'em. Push all my chips in. Let's go. That's what I meant, man. And
It's definitely something to think about,
I
man.
see it. I can taste it.
Depending on move.
I can see it and taste it, man. We can't let this opportunity go by, man. We can't. The Braves won 2021 because we took that opportunity and we did not sit there and wonder if we can make it. We went and said, "Damn it, we're going to go out and take it." So that's what the Falcons need to do.
That's true. That's true. That's the point. Well, guys, I'm gonna tell you something. I halfway want to do a show next Friday and maybe bring in Scott Karisic. I'll see if he can join us. But let's talk through some trade scenarios, some realistic trade scenarios, draft capital, what we could send and what we could do. And maybe we could look at all 5 pass rushers that we talked about today. You know what I mean? Because honestly, Larry makes some good points. Look, you got the offense, you got a very good defense, got a very good secondary. Most of, to his point, most of the plays we get up are busted plays by the quarterback. So, look, guys,
Because nobody is open, so the quarterback just decides to go ahead and just take what the defense is giving them. I'm gonna go ahead and get yards by leaking out.
right. Well, we'll see. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here.
Yep.
What the heck is that? Whose bobblehead is that, Larry? Oh, Dion? Is that Dion? Yeah, that's 21. It's got to be Dion. All right. Good deal. Guys, I appreciate everyone joining. This is the time. Usually we do shout-outs. Larry, everybody in here knows where they can find you, but go ahead and let them know anyway where they can find you, my friend.
You guys can find us at the Dixon Way on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Rumble, and X. Spotify, iHeart Radio, all that. For the podcast and stuff like that, man. Thank you for having me on. We got the Hawks second preseason game tomorrow. Hawks versus Sixers.
Yeah, I did, Larry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did want to ask you this. I did because I think I have talked about it with Chris. I talked about it with Bryce. How do you feel about Ricochet?
I like Zach.
I like him.
I didn't want to draft him initially before, but once Sar said F Atlanta, I said F him. So and you don't want to be here, go on about yourself. I like that because he wants to be here. I like that Trae Young is taking him on the wing like big bro, little bro. And I feel like he's going to be a lead shooter. I kind of wonder about his defense. I haven't seen any inkling that he's going to be really good at defense, but he is 6'9", he's rangy, and he can learn. He's only 19, so he got opportunity to grow. But offensively, he's very far up than what normal 19-year-olds do. And he can actually, he actually goes down in the paint when he got a smaller man and go up and dunk on him or lay up, you know what I'm saying? So I like it, man. I like Zach. I like Zachary Ricochet.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing. I'm sorry, Chris. You about to say something?
Nah, shoot, man. Hey, I ain't got nothing to add. I like Zach too. I mean, I like the preseason showing. I just want to see more. Of course, we care about consistency, and he's only 19, man. He's still he's polished, but he's still learning. His way around the game. I believe he's going to get better on defense, especially being around guys like Dyson, guys like Hunter. I believe he's going to get better within the offense and defense. I like what I'm seeing. And honestly, he showed those type of things, when we, before we drafted him, when we drafted him, in practice and stuff and things like that. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. Let's check out. Let's check out Ricochet, man. Let's check him out.
Good deal. For those of you who don't know, Larry does everything. Oh my God, he does football. He does Falcons. He does Dogs. He does Braves. He does Hawks. Shit, he probably does. I don't know, car auctions as well. I mean, he does everything. He's multi-talented.
He could if he wanted to.
I got
Tiddlywinks.
He probably could. No, but
Larry could call a chess match, man.
Yes, he could, man. Yes, and make it fun. So, Larry, we love you. We appreciate you. And hey, man, if you can come back next Friday night, I don't know what you got to do, but I'd love to get into specifically trade packages for 5 of the 6 guys, or maybe all 6 that we discussed tonight, and that goes out to obviously C-Dub, A1, you as well. We typically do it 7 p.m. So if you guys can join, I'll see if I can't get either Scott Karisic or Jordan from Old Legacy. Those are both stats guys,
Hold on.
and let's see what we can do. See what we can come up with.
What's the
You
date?
said what, Larry?
What's the date today?
Today's the 13th.
The 13th. Hold up. 14, 16, nope. Got a game. Got a host game.
Oh, damn. All right. Okay. Well, let me see. Next Sunday night.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm
be after the Seahawks game.
Yeah.
I may. Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends. But yeah, depends on
Well,
if
you know what?
it's clear or not.
We'll play it by ear. But
Yeah, we'll work it out. Because at worst case, we can always bring them on to my show, and everyone could come around too if we want to do that.
yeah, however you want to do it, man, that's fine. Let's put something together. Again, Larry, I appreciate you joining, man. Thank you so much. Hey, man, appreciate it. Chris, tell them where they can find you, buddy.
Hey man, A1 Forever Sports, the platform that is on YouTube. Please subscribe. Please comment, like, have a conversation. It's all love here, man. Just a sports fanatic that loves my Atlanta teams, of course. Braves, Hawks, Falcons. Just come on by what it is, Twitter. Yeah, I'm still calling it Twitter. But A1 Forever, same thing for Instagram, A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok, for those who are on TikTok. And man, hey man, just come on by, man. We welcome all people. So.
Outstanding. C-Dub, let them know where they can find you.
C-Double28 is the channel on YouTube. Just pull up C-Double. You'll find me on Facebook. And, man, we're just going to be hanging and banging. This week we'll talk about more of the win against the Kitty Cats. And then, talk about the Sea Chickens and talk about how, they're really going to be in the way of kind of trying to mess some stuff up. So what we need to do to take care of that. And we'll probably talk more about, potential trade ideas and stuff. But, that's basically where you can find me. And big shout out. Thank you, T. Will, for having me on.
Hey, man, always a pleasure. C-Dub, obviously, Chris A1, man, y'all both know what it is. I appreciate y'all for joining me. And anytime you guys feel an inkling to, man, you feel free to jump on this. You know you have an open invitation. Guys, you can find me at One Time for the Fan on Sunday nights at 8 p.m., Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and Friday mornings at 9 a.m.-ish. You can also find me at this channel, For My ATL Sports. Thank you, Wallace. At For My ATL Sports 1, please like, share, and subscribe. We could use all the subs we can get. And hey, we're here every Friday night, typically every Sunday after a win, contingent upon the situation with One Time Fan. And if we don't give a summary or recap on Sunday, then we typically get after it on Monday evenings. So either way, look for us there. Again, that is For My ATL Sports 1. Please like, share, and subscribe. And with that, guys, everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us. We are so appreciative. We do this for you. Can't do this without you. Got to give a shout out to my guys, Dixon Way, Chris A1 from Day One Tip More, C-Dub, obviously Jack Spade, my mentor and friend. Got to shout out all my podcast content creators. Obviously, Berto, NIL Berto 95 North, Smitty 11K.
Uncle Steve,
and I know I'm forgetting.
Big Low Country,
Uncle Steve, and Mark Cheney, and hey man, anybody else? Definitely Brycey 2K. Appreciate all of y'all. Last but not least, I want to thank God. Hey, thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you, God, for giving me the show. Thank you for giving me all the opportunities. I appreciate you guys. Wallace and everybody else in the chat. Dave, thank you so much for joining us. You guys have a great Falcon Sunday. Love Victory Formation, and see you guys Friday. Thanks, everyone, and good night.
Good night.